So it looks like we've got the 28V of Ricky Dykstra up on, no, sorry, not up on pole. So first on pole position, we've got the 32 GM of White. So Ian White, second position, 59C of Haig, 28V of Dykstra in position 3. Position 4 was 71S of Jacko Jackson. Fifth place, Crump, 63A. Sixth position, 78S of Bloman. 91W Araperi in position 7. Position 8, 119 Huntley Boy Brad Lane. Position 9, we're looking at the 17W of England. And position 10, the 26E of Pottinger. So that's how they're going to be lining up for this race. Obviously with a bit of moisture on there again, give them the best chance they can. Starter looks happy. We are racing, we're green. Straight into it, straight on the gas. John Jackson running high and wide on the outside.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Ricky Dykstra lifting both front wheels off the track down the back straight, trying to get traction on there. Running a little bit wide and opening the door for Sean Bluman, 78, but gone orange. Obviously a false start, wasn't happy with that.
Still got to get up the front to pick up the 10 points.
Exactly, and we're doing it, we're racing. So restart looking good. Cars all bunched up into turn 1 and 2, bit of contact between the 119 and the 28.
Yeah, he tried to go through a gap that closed up. I think it looked like he could have popped out in about second or third place if he'd have made it.
If he'd made it work, it would have been great, but great start for John Jackson. Shrek's hanging on tight on the back there. John showing us how it's done. Daniel Crump in the 63A in second place. John Bloom and Jonas England battling it out for third and fourth. Running wide again, the 78 of Sean Bloman. Might open up the gate for Jonas to have a look on the inside if he does that too many times. There's a lot of cars in front of him. 3 laps down, 9 to go. John Jackson, Daniel Crump, Brad Lane, first, second, third, right on each other's tails. John just finding the horsepower coming out of the turns onto the straight to pull away, but the others catch up to him almost instantly. Brad Lane looking wide around the outside, making the pass on Daniel Crump. A little bit of a shoulder rubs there as we're passing through, doesn't quite make it stick. Trying again, this time he's looking down both of them. Yeah, Daniel Crump looking on the inside of John Jackson. Brad Lane looking on the outside of both of them. John Jackson making that car as wide as physically possible. Still holding on to first place, 6 laps down, 6 to go midway through the race. But it's drag race down the back straight. 63 out of Daniel Crump making the pass. 119 of Brad Lane now having to go, trying to tuck in behind him. Not quite making it work. But Daniel Crump's made the pass, so he's up to first place. John Jackson back to second. Brad Lane still in third. Fourth place of Sean Bloman. Starting to make effect on it too. John Jackson dropping back to third, so whether there's issues there for him or not, or whether it's just great driving on the others, we'll see how it goes. The contact between the 78 and John Jackson lined up through there. Sean just tapping John into turn 1 and spinning himself around, so we'll go yellow on that one.
Stay high coming to 1.
Just while he can get fired up and hopefully carry on into it, but 63A, Daniel Crump, that's your race leader. 8 laps down, 4 to go. As they come around. Lights out, we're green, we're racing. Hard on to the gas through turn 1, turn 2 will clear through there. Sean running out wide, but up the front we're still looking. Daniel Crump. Brad Lane putting the pressure on now, trying to go out wide to make the pass. There's going to see if he can duck down the inside. Jonas England up into third place. Brad Lane coming around, contact again between the two of them, between Brad and Daniel. Drag race down the front straight. According to the computer, Brad made it, but he's gone wide, so he's going to open the door and let Daniel back through again, which he has. But now Brad Lane's hard on it down the back straight, gets in front and just chucks the car into turn 3, making it as wide as possible so Daniel can't make it back and fight another day. He's got to settle back for second and try on another lap. White flag is out. Coming down to the checkered flag, he's got it. Superb driving there for Brad Lane to take the win. Daniel Crump settling for second place. And of course the Jonas England in third. But great drive there for Brad Lane, showed us how it's done moving up through the field. So first place is Brad Lane, Daniel Crump 63A in second, Jonas England 17W in third. Fourth place is 26E of Craig Pottinger, Sean Bloman 78S in fifth, John Jackson 71S in sixth place, and Ricky Dijkstra in 28V 7th, and Jordan Arapia, of course, not getting going in that race, but will still register as a point, does he?
Not if he didn't start.
No, he won't do. Yeah,
if you did not finish, you pick up points, but if you did not start, you don't.
You don't start. Yep, fair enough.
So there's no guessing who the points leader is at the moment. Brad Lane, 2 starts for 2 wins, the only one to have done it, and from his back row grid start and his second till back row grid start. So
can't complain at that.
He could go through the heats unbeaten theoretically, because he's going to keep moving up the grid for the rest of the night, but he's not going to want to take too many risks either. You know, he's got good points in the bag now, and he's probably already 2 or 3 points clear of anybody else. I think Foxy was on 18. We'll do a check shortly. There's certainly a lot around that 15-16 mark anyway. Exactly. So, but 20 points at the moment, Brad Lane, but it's not just the points. He's got like Jonas England sitting on 17 with a second and a third, but he's got that from a front row grid start, and his other one, 17W, that one was from the back row. He got up to third.
Got a team, Kelly here from First Base Recruitment. Here I just want to do a plug or a shout out to Sign Solutions. They've done this board for us here at First Base. They've also done some cars for us. They've done fantastic work. Communication is great. Highly recommend them. So Sign Solutions, head on down and see them today.
What you think you do with your 4-wheel drive. What you actually do with your 4-wheel drive.
No matter what you do with your 4-wheel drive, we've got the right tyre for you. So come on down to Mag & Turbo.
So we'll see how these guys go for Heat 2 of the day. Looking good, we're racing, we're green. Full Glidden hard on the gas, straight out in front. The 434, Brett Hackett taken in on second place, right on his tail. Having a look down the outside. Looks like we're going to cut to an interview, so we've got something from the pits.
12S, Jason Kalin. We'll take your minds back, viewers, 3 races ago to that modified race. Jason Kalin was the winner of that heat. Mate, awesome race there. You came from grid 4 and you won that one.
Yeah, pretty happy with that. Needed to do something because that, last night wasn't great. So, just got stuck in and just worked the track and just read it, and then just picked my moment, and then went to the top and just stayed on the top. So, yeah, the track's there if you want to run it. Just gotta get up there.
Perfect, mate. And it's a bit of a mental game out there with this whole New Zealand Championship. It's getting a first place from the 4th grid. What does that do mentally for you in terms of, are you able to sort of set into your groove now, settle some nerves? How does it affect you?
I just want to build on that. I think I need to as I've said before, New Zealand Champs is my bogey meeting. I just need to go drive as aggressive as that for the rest of the night. That sets the tone. If it all turns in tears, it all ends in tears, but you got to try these things. It's these events, they come around once a year, and you got to put it all on the table for us. It's not worth being here.
Yeah, and you mentioned yesterday during the driver interviews at the start that you hadn't done much driving this season. How was the car feeling, and how's your race fitness at the moment?
Yeah, good. No sweat. So, it felt really comfortable in the car. And as I've said before, the Raceworks cars are very nice to drive and comfortable, and you just focus on your driving, focus on your lines, and just try and read the track as best we can.
Awesome, mate. Well, they call you Mr. Consistent, so hopefully Mr. Consistent first in the next few heats, and we'll be away laughing.
We'll see how we go.
Awesome. Thanks, Jason.
Cheers for that.
Alrighty, back into it. So we're 6 laps down, 6 to go, midway through the race. Vaughan Glidden, 6H still out the front doing the pride. 434, Brent Hackett, second place in the 62R of Liz Courtney in third. So that's how we're looking. So we're now 7 laps down, 5 to go. Car's looking nice and tidy on the line. Another pass manoeuvre now down the back straight. Brent having a look around the outside. Trying to use the slower lap traffic to cause a bit of grief for Vaughan, and it looks like it's worked. He's actually managed to make the pass, so Brent Hackett on the outside. Passing the 23H of Dylan Atwood, while Vaughan Glidden was sort of stuck behind him and trying to get him on the inside. Great manoeuvre there. 8 laps down, 4 to go. Brent Hackett, 434V is your race leader. Coming around through turn 1 and 2 now onto the back straight on the inside of Stephen Heyman, 99. Bit of lap traffic there. Vaughan Glidden in second place. Right on his tail now, so Vaughan's looking to do the same sort of technique. Try and use the lap traffic for his own advantage. Going to be looking at the white flag this time round. Brett going a little bit wide there. Vaughan having a look on the inside. Can't quite make it work though. White flag out, 1 to go. It's now or never for Vaughan. Not looking good for him. So the 434, Brett Hackett. One last attack for Vaughan to try and do it on the inside. Is he going to be able to sneak his way through? The answer is no, he's not. 434V of Brent Hackett taking the race lead, but superb driving from both of them, actually using the other cars to their advantage where they can. So Brent Hackett, we've got 434 in first place, Vaughan Glidden second, Liz Courtney in third, Graham Dodd fourth, Tyler Wright in fifth, Mark Levin in sixth, Chris Marks in seventh, Charlotte Martin in eighth, Zach Manuel and Stephen Heyman running out the top 10, going down to some more interviews in the pits. Okay, so round of applause as he comes around with the checkered flag. Hopefully heading down to the pits for an interview.
54 GM, all the way from Greymouth, Steve Thompson, the winner of the second to last modified race. Pretty impressive stuff out there.
No, it was good, mate. From grid 4A to first in a couple of laps, it was great.
Now, if the viewers don't remember, in the first turn you went to second place from fourth. Then for the next 3 laps you were out wide, you know, just looking at that concrete, take first place, and then even then when you were winning, you were still out wide and you even popping that wheel. What was up with that?
That's just us getting some drives sorted out, mate. Only just put some new rubber on now, so next one should be good. We're off the front, get a win there, and then we've got 2 rear starts, so we'll see how it goes.
That's awesome, mate. And there was a little bit of talk earlier in the night, the track was slickening off, 1 lane racing, but that was anything but 1 lane, and I think you proved that with the outside line there. How was it feeling?
Really good. I was a bit cheeky and parked up near the pit gate there and watched Jason Kalen do it. So I was just like, well, if he can do it, I can do it. There we go. It was good for the win.
Sweet stuff, mate. Don't be telling people that trick. That's a bit good. So what's the plan for the next? Where are you starting in the next grid, and what's your strategy?
Off the front, go like hell. Probably low 1 and 2 maybe, and then just high 3 and 4. Hopefully that's still there. Yeah.
Sounds good. Are you changing anything on your car? I noticed there's a little bit of hectic work behind me.
Yeah, I've got Rob the setup guy and Gary Harris here. So yeah, I'm just driving today. It's great.
Sounds good, mate. You'll be able to have a beer and knock it back. Be all good.
Yeah, that's right. As long as we got a result at the end of it, I'll be happy.
Thanks, mate. Well, all the best for the rest of the night. We'll see you later.
Thanks.
We're green, we're racing. Straight onto the gas. Brian Jackson on that pole position, making it stick. Always the easiest way through turn 1 and 2 for the production saloon, sitting on that pole. Craig Martin doing what he can, a little bit wider to try and make the pass, but Dave Pinkleton having a look up the inside. Trying to push Craig as wide as he can to come up on the inside, and he's made it stick. He's managed to do it. But is the 68 of Brian Jackson going to cause him to have to back off? Okay, I've just heard we've got Brad Lane ready for an interview, so while these cars are racing, we'll shoot down and have a listen to them.
Brad Lane, local hero, former New Zealand champ. Where did you start in your last heat?
8th.
And where did you finish?
Yeah, up the front again.
Yeah, so it's a bit deja vu, isn't it, mate? You stayed at your bogey track, but you're having one heck of a night. Awesome start to the championship. You've got to be feeling good.
Yeah, obviously with 2 wins, that's pretty good, really. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good, really. It's perfect, mate. Perfect start to the championship. What's your plans for the next few races? Because I suppose it doesn't matter where you start, you'll just finish first. Is that the plan?
Well, I guess that's always the plan, but just stay patient and not wreck anything, you know. One DNF and it's all over, so especially at the starts and get a little congested and stuff in the tracks like that, and you know, people try and gas it up and it doesn't turn out all that well. So if we can keep our nose clean, we'll be right.
Now, I noticed you got a little bit of advice from a young man over there. What was he saying in your ear, and what's the plan of attack?
Yeah, just obviously, yeah, it's like I said, keep it clean, just make a few little changes to the car and go from there. Hopefully, just try and get closer to the final setup for the feature. Awesome, mate. I really appreciate that. All the best for the rest of the night, but I won't let the camera go just yet. You can go, though. Go work on your car. I'm going to bring from first place to last place. Sorry, mate. I had to say it. Aaron Lewis, mate, in that 16W, the black Garage16 car. Mate, that's the best I've seen you race because you're hoofing it down the straights. What does it feel like out there, especially being so new to the sport?
Actually felt really good out there. Like the car went well. It was the first time I'd gone reasonably well, and yeah, it was cool. But the track's slick and it's bumpy, and I sort of tried to pick a line. In the end, I just stayed with the pole line and brought it home. I just got to keep collecting points and see where I end up.
Mate, you're doing awesome, so I'm sure you'll do well the rest of the night, and if not, you'll be at the prize giving anyway, standing up there, giving the first place getter the first place medal with myself. It'll be a good night, won't it?
At least I'll be, at least I'll be up there doing something official, and yeah, so I'll try and get a bit more speed going in the next one. Otherwise, we're going to throw Jason Guttridge in for the last 2 races. Thank you.
If he fits. So back to you guys.
Awesome, thanks for that. As Brad Lane says, it's not too bad. So he's doing well. Looking good, we're green, we're racing. So Brian and Dave pulling away from the 39 of Craig Martin. The top 5 trying to stick together, but Brian's just doing what he can do best and making that Mitsubishi FTO fly around the track. A little bit of sunstrike coming out of turn 2 now down the back straight until you come into 3 and 4 and get back into the shade a bit. So that's something that the drivers have to be aware of, especially if there's cars in front of them. But Brian Jackson, 8 down, 4 to go up front. Dave Pickleton in second place. Craig Martin in third. Ray Jagged in fourth. Mike Lovell dropping back to fifth in that one. And Dylan Sherman just making a pass on the 444 of Dan Weston. So he'll be coming around to take 6th place. Keeping eyes on the 39 of Craig Martin, trying everything he can to get a pass on Dave Pickleton. But also has to be careful not to give up a place to the 48 of Ray, who's coming around the outside. Again, you've got cars attacking on the inside and the outside. The 10V of Mike Lovell looking a little bit worse for wear on the side of the car. Brian coming around to take the white flag, 1 to go. Sunday drive for him at the moment up the front. Meanwhile, the race on is for basically 3rd and 4th now between Dave Pickleton and Craig Martin. Whether they can do anything, no. The 10V of Mike Lovell just dives in underneath Craig. Drag race across the finish line for those two, but it's going the way of 68 of Brian Jackson, taking the race lead by a fair decent chunk. Ray Jagged in 48V in second place. Dave Pinkleton 48H in third. So another fine drive for Brian there. Sitting back quite comfortable on the towards the end of that race. But obviously doing all the hard work to get there, so full credit to him. Meanwhile, we've got Red coming on with the water track again. getting more water down there, but we've got the positions on screen now. So I say Brian Jackson, first place, Ray Jaggard, 46V in second, Dave Pinkleton, 48H in third, 10V Mike Lovell in fourth place, Craig Martin, 39H in fifth, 27H in sixth position, Dylan Sherman, Dan Weston, 444R in seventh. Eighth place goes to 27R of James Cunningham, Brooke Courtney, 91R in ninth, and Karina Martin, 8H in 10th position. So that shows how the cars are packing up on there. So big round of applause for Brian as he comes round. And then we're going to be getting back into the ground care Waikato mini sprints. Meanwhile, a bit of water being put down on the track. It's very dusty. So obviously got to keep the track as good as we can for all the classes, but especially for the modifieds. Sounds like we might have Craig Pottinger for an interview down in the pits.
I think we're live. I've got Craig Pottinger here, 26E. Mate, you're the only driver from Blenheim. You're a rarity.
Yeah, correct, I am. Yes, yeah, that's true. So no, work and contract out of Blenheim. So yep.
And you're just telling me it requires a lot of travel because you're from Blenheim, because you're the only modified contracted there.
Yeah, correct. Yep. So, but we have a couple of choices. So either get on a ferry and go to Wellington and run out of Wellington, or if the weather's shit there, mate, turn around and run out of Christchurch. So, a couple of options. But yeah, it does mean travel, but it's part of the game.
Perfect stuff, mate. And you had a pretty good night tonight. You've had a second and a fourth. In your first heat, you got the second place. I'll remind you there, you're just behind Jamie Fox because it's a long night. I can understand that. But there's a few spins. You managed to stay clean and come in second place to Jamie Fox. Not a bad start to the evening.
Yeah, no, look, everyone's got their own sort of strategies and the way they want to play it. I just tend to play what's in front of me, have a look at it out on the track. Yeah, look, hey, you just stay out of trouble. That's the main game, as everyone will want to do. They just wanted to get the heats out of the way and get into the main show. So that's the plan.
And have you been watching these, you would have been watching these other races in the modifieds. The track has been coming alive and then going away again, coming alive. What's your thoughts on the track and what it's going to do tonight?
Yeah, look, we were up here a couple of weeks ago, the Waikato Champ, so the track's going the way that we thought it would go now. Yes, it'll come and go. Obviously, sun's going down now, and just see what it does and how quickly it'll go away. The question is how quickly. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Guessing game.
Sweet, mate. Well, all the best for tonight, and great to have you here representing Blenheim.
Cheers. Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Cheers. Speed's coming up. We are green. We're racing. Straight into it. Ben Vaughan, 57, just pulling away from the rest of the crowd. Fantastic start for Ben. We've got Elliot Heron, 1NZ, up into second place. Cody Ogle dropping back down to third and dropping further back, whether he's got issues there. No, just getting into the swing of things. So Ben Vaughan in first place, Elliot Heron second, Jonathan Noonan third, Cody Ogle fourth. All safely through there. 2NZ making a dive up from towards further down the field. Keep an eye on that car coming around into turn 1 and 2 now. On the outside of Donald Kurgan in the 38S car. So 4 laps down, 8 to go. Vaughan, Heron, Noonan, Smith and Ogle in your top 5. Back from there, we're looking at Nathan Jeffries, 8P in 6th place, Matt Julie in 7S in 7th, Liam McCutcheon in 8th position. Bit of a contact and tie-up down on turn 3 and 4.
Turn 3, go.
Looks like we've got Liam McCutcheon just working his way through there. Just a bit of a replay of that incident on the live streaming at the moment. Thanks to the Pits TV. We are green, we're racing. So the 57 of Ben Vaughan just pulling away from the field. Don't know what he's running in that car at the moment, but it's working well for him. 1NZ, Elliot Heron trying to catch him. 3NZ of Dylan Smith in 3rd place. Jonathan Noonan dropped back down to 4th. 6 laps down, 6 to go, midway through the race. The 81 of Glenn McCutcheon just getting a little bit twitchy coming out of turn 2. Whether he's still got issues with the car, we're not sure, but he's doing well. Well, the car's bunched up midway through the pack, so that's to watch with the 81, the 2 and Z working his way through. Daniel Nicol trying everything he can to get ahead and get some gap on them. Meanwhile, up the pointy end, we're still looking at Ben Vaughan, 8 laps down, 4 to go. Elliot Heron, 1NZ in second place, 3NZ, Dylan Smith in third. And the 10S, Jonathan Noonan, running fourth. The 8P, Nathan Jeffries, starting to put a bit of pressure onto Jonathan Noonan. Having a look down the inside, but not quite close enough to be any real threat at the moment, maybe this time around. Ben's going to be looking at the white flag this time around, 1 to go. There it is, white flag out. 1 to go for 57P, Ben Vaughan. Well and truly up front. This has definitely been his race this time around. Elliot Heron, 1NZ, comfortably in second place. That's the way it's finishing with the 3NZ holding position 3 for that race, Dylan Smith. So those positions were fairly certain all the way through the race for those top 3, but plenty of action further on down the field for the other positions. So looking at the results on that, as I say, Ben Vaughan 57P first place, Elliot Heron 1NZ in second, 3NZ in third, Dylan Smith, Jonathan Noonan 10S in fourth, fifth place 8P Nathan Jeffries, Wanganui 99V Brad McDonald in sixth, seventh place 13S Cody Ogle, Glenn McCutcheon in 8th, 81P, 2NZ Daniel Nicol in 9th, and Gemma Barnes rounding out the top 10 in 92V. 11th place was Donald Currigan from 38 and 8V Shane Gribben in 12th. And of course 7S Matt Julian not finishing the race. So a big round of applause for Ben as he comes around with the checkered flag. And from there we're going to be moving back into the Garage 16 New Zealand Modifieds, Group B versus Group C. On the front cars as they come over that line. That's when the action starts. We are racing, we're green. A little bit of contact through there, through turn 1, but all safely through. Newton Gorge dropping back into second place. A little bit of contact there between the 69 and the 22. Brett Parsons and Hayden Corbett just sorting themselves out, but at the point end of the front you've got the 26S of Blair Lupskin out the front with Newton Gorge right on his tail in second place. 22C of Hayden Corbett in third place. But all the action further on down in the field at the moment. Cody Harder trying all he can to come through on the inside, coming out of turn 4. makes up one space. Can he make another one? Looks like he's going to do another one through the 69 of Brett Parsons. Not quite on that turn through, no. Has another peak on the inside, but can't quite make it happen. The 3NZ working his way through, trying to make a difference. Jacob doing all he can. 4 laps down, 8 to go. Blair Lunscombe still up front in personal. 21S of Newton Gorge in second place. Hayden Corbett, 22C in third, and Carl Hinton, 124S in fourth. With Brett Parsons in your top 5. No change in there at the moment, this time around. PJ Ferguson back down in position 8 at the moment, but taking a bit of opposition from the cars behind him. 3NZ doing all he can to work his way through. Contact between Cody and getting a bit dizzy trying to figure out who it was, but looks like it was the 69 of Brett Parsons. Brett's underway, moving again, but slight contact there. He was the worst off on that. 3NZ looking down the inside, making the pass on 124 of Carl Hinton and making it stick. 8 laps down, 4 to go. Luscombe still up in front, 26S, 21S Newton Gorge in second place. Hayden Corbett in third. Jacob Mitchell making the pass on Carl Hinton up into fourth place. As we said, that 3NZ's got to beat his bonnet. He needs to get up as far as he can, so he's going to be pressure on. This time around we're going to be 10 laps down, 2 to go. Be looking at the white flag this time around for Blair if he holds it all together. Newton Gorge under a bit of pressure from Hayden Corbett in the 22C, with 3NZ coming up on the back of Hayden, so he's got to be careful while looking in front, looking behind him as well, because 3NZ's coming out wide. Newton Gorge making his 21 as wide as possible through the corners. White flag out though, 1 to go. Blair coming around to take the win. Nicely done. Blair Luscombe, 26S, first place. 21S, Newton Gorge in second. And 22C of Hayden Corbett in third place. 3NZ Jacob Mitchell moving his way up through the field, but only getting as far as fourth. So looking at the positions, I say Blair Luscombe, Newton Gorge, Hayden Corbett, Jacob Mitchell in your fourth. Fifth position was Cody Harder, 68H. Carl Hinton, 124S in sixth. 2NZ Blair McPhee in 7th place. 8th place 18A PJ Ferguson. Evan Nicol 13C in 9th. And Brett Parsons 69H rounding out the field in this race. Blair about to come around with a checkered flag. Fantastic drive for Blair, holding it the whole way through to take the lead from Go to Woe, really. But that's how it's going to finish up for the B versus C group. Up next we're looking at groups A versus D of the Garage16 modifieds, qualifying and finals in one day.
Yeah, not a good run there for the 2NZ of Blair McPhee. Started on grid 7, finished in 7th.
Yeah,
so,
not ideal.
Blair had been sitting third on points going into that heat, but starting on grid 7 and staying 7th, that'll probably drop him down the order a little bit after this round 3 of heats. You've certainly got to stay in that top few to have a chance by the time you get to the 30-lap feature.
I definitely do.
But at least Jacob Mitchell, where did he start? Grid 9, and got up to 4th, so at least he made a few more passes there. But so far, we're 7 races down, and pole position, not one winner has come from grid 1 yet.
That's interesting, isn't it? Because you would think that's the big advantage, and everyone wants to be on pole.
Yeah, that was another one from grid 2, so grid 2's been a lot more successful so far, I guess, coming to the corner out wider and diving in harder.
I guess, as you say, all they need to do is make the jump on the start and get it, and as you cut them off and dive in, and better angle into turn 1 and 2 maybe.
Yes. Yeah, so Foxy won his heat off grid 2, and the 2NZ when he did win his heat last night, that was off grid 2 as well. And so that one as well, Blair Luscombe winning it from grid 2. So no wins from grid 1, but 3 wins from grid 2 so far.
Alrighty, here they come. So 12S Jason Kalin on pole position. 63A of Crump in second. 199H of Scotty of Lane in position 3. Position 4, 16W of Lewis. Position 5, 91W of Arapiri. 71S and John Jackson position 6. Position 7 is Gawley of 4C. Outside him is 28V of Dykstra. And then we've got Craig Pottinger, 26E in position 9, and 1NZ Luke Brown on the back line in position 10. Not where he'll want to be. He'll be okay starting there, but won't want to be finishing there, that's for sure.
No, you won't. And just put some water on the track, and most of the cars as they've come out the pit gate have sort of slithered straight towards the infield. So I imagine we'll see them do a few slow laps before they let this one go.
I would imagine so. Just watching the number 4 of Mike Gawley sideways through 1 and 2 just in this slow pace. As soon as they cross that line, it's on. We are racing. Jason Kalin from pole position up into the front. Bit of contact down the back. 1NZ involved in that. No, nothing, no drama, no damage, but came to a complete stop, so that's not ideal for him. But Jason Kalin, high and proud.
Yeah, see, from the pole position, as soon as I mentioned there's been no winners from the pole.
He's going to prove you wrong.
And he won his last heat too, so Jason Kalin in great form at the moment in the 12S.
He is, he's doing well. 2 laps down, 10 to go. Long way to go yet though. You've got the 71 of John Jackson. Shrek chasing him as much as he can, but also protecting himself from Daniel Crump in 63 in 3rd place. Samantha Lane 199 in 4th. But Jason Kalin looking mighty fine at the moment. Running that wide line again. Lifting that outside front tyre off the ground down the back straight. And the inside front off the ground into coming out turn 4. So currently Jason Kalin showing us how it's done. John Jackson back a bit in 2nd place. Daniel Crump 63 in 3rd, right on John's tail. But then Samantha Lane in the 199 right on the tail of Crump. Jason Kalin making a pass now on Aaron Lewis. Slower traffic. Always a good feeling to get a lap traffic between you and 2nd place. Jason's not backing off though. He's running real wide through 1 and 2. He's not taking anything for granted as Jason. Hard out of turn 4. 7 laps down. 5 to go. 2nd place, John Jackson. Pretty much the back straight gap between them. But you wouldn't think so by looking at Jason, the way he's going. Doesn't want to take it too easy. Real wide and through turn 1 and 2. Don't need to be that wide, Jason. Lifting the front wheels up off the ground. I don't think you realise John's so far back, but 9 laps down, 3 to go. Jason Kalin, 12S, 1st place. John Jackson, 71S in 2nd. 63A of Daniel Cramp in 3rd. 1NZ moving his way up. He's up into 5th place now. Breathing down the back of the 199 of Samantha Lane. But Jason Kalin doing all he can to keep that gap. John Jackson trying everything he can to catch up, but not quite doing it. 1NZ going real wide through 1 and 2. Making the pass on Sam Lane, but Sam's not going to give it away that easily. Sees him there, backs off, lets him go. White flag, 1 to go. Jason Kalin coming down through 3 and 4 to take the checker flag this time round. Quite comfortable for him. Jason Kalin, 12S, from pole position to race winner. Sorry, Barry. Killed that theory.
Yep.
Great to see though. Stratford boy, Jason Kalin up front. 71S, John Jackson in 2nd place. And of course, scores 3rd place. 63A of Daniel Cramp in third. 1NZ Luke Brown up to fourth place, so made a lot of passes there, but didn't quite get up into the top three. Fifth place, 199 Samantha Lane. 4C Mike Gurley in sixth. Seventh place, Craig Pottinger, 26E. 28V Ricky Dykstra in eighth. Ninth position was 91W of Jordan Upperary, and 16W Aaron Lewis rounding out that field for position 10. Big round of applause for Jason as he comes around with the flag, because that was a mighty fine drive for Jason.
Had a front row grid start, so he's on row 2.
Okay, so position 1 we've got 54 GM of Thompson. Position 2, the 78S of Bloman. 46H of Turner on third. 119 Brad Lane in position 4. Position 5 is 59C of Hague. 6 is the 96H of Scotty Redfern. Jamie Fox 11A in position 7. Position 8 17W of England. Position 9, the 36W of Free, and rounding out 32 GM of White on position 10.
And because the 59C and the 32 GM are both out, so so that's off grids 5 and 10. They'll be vacant.
Yeah, okay.
Lights are out, lights are out. 11A, make
So
sure
lights
you
out,
maintain
white
that
line
gap
down.
in front of you.
This time round it'll be underway as soon as they cross that line.
Side by side together as you exit turn 4, accelerating.
They're doing a good job of holding those vacant positions, aren't they? I mean, often you see people try to creep up, but they're doing a great job. I haven't seen any of the races yet haven't been pulled back by somebody moving into an empty spot.
We're green, we're racing. All clear through turn 1 and 2. Always a good sign. Race is green, so happy with the start. We're into it. 3 wide through 3 and 4. Always interesting with modifieds, but the 78S of Bloman up on front. 119 of Brad Lane back in second place, but trying to duck down the inside, but you got the 54 of Steve Thompson there as well. Brad Lane tucked in, clear of the other cars now, so first and second into it, Sean Bloman and Brad Lane. Battle for himself, third place Steve Thompson in the 54. And of course the 96 of Scotty Redfern right on his tail. So race for first and second and third and fourth. Sean doing everything he can to hold Brad Lane off. Brad Lane having a look down the inside, down the outside, anywhere he can he's going to take it. The 96 of Redfern going wide through 1 and 2, but holding it together. Trying to make the pass on the 54 of Thompson. Brad Lane having a look on the outside through 1 and 2 this time. Not sure if there's a little bit of contact there or not, but Brad Lane backed out of it pretty quickly. So if not, they were really close. Sean Bloman, 78S. Position 1, 6 laps down, 6 to go, midway through the race. Brad Lane having a look down the inside, see if he can go on the inside this time round. No. He would rather go on the outside, try and make Sean go wide, which he has done, but Brad hasn't quite got the jump on to get past, but hanging out nice and wide, trying everything he can, keeping the pressure on Sean the whole way through the race. 54 of Thompson back in third place. A little bit of an island running his own race at the moment. Then you've got the 96 of Scotty Redfern in fourth place, 17W of Jonas England in fifth. Back to Jamie Fox, 11A and 6, Ryan Turner, Jacob Free. But 9 laps down, 3 to go. Brad Lane's made the pass on Bloman. And now he's shown how it's done, pulling away. Sean doing everything he can to keep up with him. The 54 of Steve Thompson running third quite safely. 10 laps down, 2 to go. He's going to be looking at the white flag this time round. Brad Lane up front. Going to make it for 3 for 3. Sean Bloman, all he can do is for second place is hang in there. I think he's got that safely wrapped up, but white flag out, 1 to go. Watching Brad Lane pull away. Sean's going to settle for second. Coming around for the checker flag. Done and dusted. 1198. Brad Lane 3 for 3. 78S of Sean Blumen in position 2. And the 54 of Steve Thompson in position 3. So yeah, 54 GM Steve Thompson in 3. Scotty Redfern 96H in 4th. Jonas England 17W in 5th. Jamie Fox bringing it home in 6th place in 11As. 46H of Ryan Turner in 7th. Jacob 3, 36W in 8th. And of course Alan Haig not even coming out on that. So big round of applause for Brad as he comes around for the 3rd time with the checkered flag.
The St Nicholas is a familiar sight around Bluff as she steams out to capture Can-Do Fishing's famous Bluff Kinner. Once caught, the kinner is brought back to the purpose-built factory in Bluff where it is processed, packed and shipped fresh to you. But that's not all that Can-Do Fishing can do for you. Try some of their green-boned fish or delicious power products and you will soon see why seafood from the Bluff is world famous. So head to your local fish market or supermarket and ask for Can-Do Fishing Kinner, fish or power. Can-Do Fishing, there's nothing we can't do for you.
Looking good. We are racing, we're green. Straight into the action. 3 wide into turn 1, 4 wide into turn 2. 81 of Damien Orr making the best out of that situation. One car into the wall, the 717 of Anthony McNeil. Just touching the wall into turn 3. Zane Riddick, 67S. Taking it out the front at the moment. Damien Orr, 81R in 2nd place. David Curtin, 17H in 3rd. Looking back further down the field where the action is at the moment. 1 and 2 look fairly safe at the moment with the Riddler out front, 67S. Tony Wooten and Robbie Mabey having a bit of a battle through there. 5 running real, spinning himself around and stopping a bit of traffic there. Robbie Mabey actually the worst off in that one, had to hit the brakes and...
Yeah, the number 5 not showing up on the lap scoring.
No, he's not, no. Look at that though, give him a push start to get him going again. That's got to be the good bugger of Ward for sure. Spun out, made him stall, so he pushed out and got him going again. Nice work. But 5 laps down, 7 to go. The Riddler, 67, Zane Riddick up in front. Damien Orr, 81R in 2nd place. The 4R of Luke Irvine in 3rd place. Matt Jarvis going sideways where he probably shouldn't have been sideways, but back underway now. Big spin out for the 717. Ants McNeil. Big spin out coming out of turn 4. Pirouetting down the front straight. 7 laps down, 5 to go. Car number 3 spinning out again. Well, spinning out this time and letting 5 through. And now he's stalled it. Same place, he's pushed out at number 5. Number 5 spinning out round through turn 3, so Robbie maybe get his car fired away again and underway. Car number 5, Logan Mixon maybe got it fired again and coming his way around it as well. Jarvis wide out of turn 4 onto the inside. '67 coming round, 10 laps down, 2 to go. He's going to be looking at the white flag this time round. No change up the front. Zane Riddick in first place, Damien Orr in second, Luke Irvine in third. '71H of Tony Wooten in fourth place. White flag out, 1 to go. Zane coming down the back straight into 3 and 4 now, looking at the checkered flag. It's going to be his for the taking. Heat 1 of the Waikato Superstocks. Crosses the finish line, spins it out on turn 2. Keeps it gathered. One way to slow down after the race, but that's how it's going to finish. 67S, Zane Riddick in first place. 81R, Damien Orr in second. Luke Irvine, car number 4R in third place. 71H, Tony Wooten in fourth. Fifth place, 218H of Aaron Alderton. Thomas Van Amsterdam, car number 86 in sixth place. Seventh place, Jeff Kite, 93H. 717H, Ance McNeil in car number, position number 8. 17H, David Curtin in ninth, and Logan Nicholson maybe rounding out the top 10.
Well done, pushing
With Matt Jarvis in 11th place and Robbie Mady in 12th. So that's how it's going to finish up, but round of applause for the Riddler as he comes around with the flag. Be happy with that win.
All right, I'm here with 26S, excuse me, Blair Luscombe. We've just had 3 modified heats, and if we go back to the first one of those, you were the winner of that one. That's got to feel amazing. Tell us what it's like to win a heat of the New Zealand Modified Championship, mate.
Yeah, it was good. It was sort of good to get a setup on that track that I can control the car and do what I want. So yeah.
Excellent, mate. I see you've got some new rubber on the car. What's it's reaching the business end, isn't it?
Yeah, so we put new rubber on the back for the last 2 heats, and then we just put a new rubber on rims now for the feature at the end.
Sweet as, man. And how are you finding the track out there? Because it doesn't look easy, but there's decent racing to be had.
Nah, she's pretty difficult out there. It's yeah, just sort of one lane at the moment.
And given that, how's the body feeling in the mind? You feel ready for the rest of the night?
Nah, body's good. Adrenaline's in and we're humming.
Sweet, mate. Well, all the best for the rest of the night, and no doubt we'll see you in that feature final.
Yeah, hopefully, thanks.
Thanks, mate.
All right, I guess this is the night bitches die.
Jason Kalin, 12S. Again, I'm interviewing you because the second to last modified heat that we just saw, you won that one. So, pretty good New Zealand champs, mate. You've got to be happy.
Yep, Stock Candy Chickens will hatch, just to stay calm. Still a couple of heats to go, so yep, we'll just keep on chipping away. Car's feeling pretty good, so yeah, that's all good.
And I noticed you were getting quite wide out there as well. A lot of people taking that pole line, but you're testing a little bit wider on the track. How's that feeling out there?
Yeah, good. I think I'm probably going to move up another 12 inches yet. So, yeah, so I went after the flag. I went higher again, and car felt good, and I felt real comfortable there. So I'll just keep on moving up the track.
Sounds great, mate. And you actually finished about a quarter of a track in front, behind, well, second place, quarter of a lap behind you. And that's got to feel good when you got that much gap between you and second place. You know you're doing something right.
Yeah, I guess so. But that 30 lap race is where it all counts. So you can do all the work now, and I can fry the tyres in that 30 lapper and just be spat out the back. So when I'm getting ahead of myself, we'll just keep on digging. With the car's going good, guys are working well on the team here, and everyone's it's a good team effort. We're just going to keep on going, keep rallying. So yeah.
Sounds perfect. It's a big, strong effort here at the New Zealand Champs for you, and consistent once again with your results, leading up to a great feature final for yourself. Fingers crossed. So all the best for the rest of tonight and the next couple of heats.
Yeah, hopefully, we just keep it on 4. Keep on going.
Beautiful. Jason, Kaylin, everyone. Thank you.
Alrighty, back into the mini stocks. Action aplenty. They're already underway and going. We're 2 laps down. Chloe Burley, 41, is the race leader, with Jake Hancock in the 98H in second place, just making a pass on Logan Baker. So a bit of action further down the field as we're looking into positions through there. But as I say, 41H, which is coming down the back straight now in that fluoro yellow, that's your race leader. And quite comfortably out front. Only car to drop down into a 19 seconds at the moment. So 4 laps down, 6 to go. Chloe Burley, Jake Hancock, Blake Lockett in third place, Lulu Russell fourth, Regan Lachimene in position 5. So that's how your top 5 are looking. As I say, 5 laps down, 5 to go midway through the race. Regan Lachimene making a pass on Lulu up into 4th place. Chloe Burley making some passes on CJ Edinburgh, a bit of the lap traffic, so always, as I said before, always nice to get a lapped car in between you and second place. Not that they'll be relaxing at all in there, they're in it to win it. Jake Hancock, 98, coming down to try to make the pass on CJ. 7 laps down, 3 to go. Chloe Burley, Jake Hancock, Blake Lockett. Regan Lachimene has just made the pass on Blake, so correct myself on there. Blake in 4th place, Lulu Russell in 5th. Just watching Regan now, car number 5. Looking on the bump of 98 of Jake. Coming up on the inside, trying to make the pass stick, and he has done. Moves up another position into 2nd place. 2 laps to go. Now the question is Regan going to be able to catch Chloe in a lap and a half? There's a bit of lap traffic involved, but Chloe's coming through now to take the white flag, so 1 to go. Just has to hold it all together nice and comfortably out the back on the outside, coming down back straight into turn 3 and 4. Keep it all nice and together through there, and Chloe's going to take the race win. And does so. Checkered flag, 41H of Chloe Burley. Regan Lachimene in 5H in 2nd place. 3rd place, the 98 of Jake Hancock. Blake Lockett, 29 and 4th. Lulu Russell, car number 291 in 5th. And Casey Wade, car number 85, 6th place. Look at results on the screen now. 7th place, Aidan Tidd, 19H. 35 of Reese Fraser in 8th. Preston Wade, car number 84, taking out 9th place, and Jamie Burley, car number 33, rounding out your top 10. So a big round of applause as Chloe comes through with the flag. She's going to come around and pick it up. Jack Harrison got 25, got 11th place. Logan Baker was in 12th, and Noah Britton in 13th. So looking at that, then we had Van Vroomhoven again. We've got the Vroom back. And Cole Payne, Reese Nielsen, CJ Edinburgh, and Matty Pat.
Sean Bloman, 78S, I have here from the last modified race that we saw. Mate, you led most of that race. Brad Lane was ducking and diving inside and outside. Man, you did such a great job holding him off. How did it feel having that guy behind you?
Yeah, it's, you know you're safe when he's behind you or passes you. He's he's done a few laps now and he holds the line, and yeah, he's one of the guys that I love to race with. He'll rub you up if he needs to get past, but hey, it's awesome. And then I sort of liked it when he did get past. Obviously I didn't want him to get past, but then I could follow his line, because I mean, to be fair, so far he looks like he's the fastest guy here, so to run with him was awesome.
Yeah, mate, he's taken 3 heats from 3 heats, so I suppose looking at his line is a good idea. But mate, you weren't slow either. I understand it's only your second meeting in this car, is that right?
Yeah, so we sold the race hooks that we had, and I was going to give up for a little bit. We were going to just hang up the tail for a bit, and then crewman Luke decided he wanted to buy a car and put me in it. So as much as I said no probably 5 or 6 times, he twisted my arm, put me in it. I've wrecked just about all of his spares. Rolled it here 2 weekends ago, and so yeah, but hey, awesome opportunity, and I want to thank Luke for that. That's, you know, like, you don't get that opportunity very often, so it's awesome.
Yeah, no, that's pretty awesome, and it's funny how Speedway has a way of drawing people back in who think they've retired, eh?
Yeah, it does. I definitely didn't retire. We've actually got a new car getting built, so another race hooks, obviously, because I mean they're one of the best cars around, so why not? But yeah, so we were never actually giving up, but we were just going to have a little bit of a break, and then see how it goes from there.
Now, one of your crew told me that your back tyre was getting a bit munted. Is it a bit rough on the old track out there?
Yeah, it is a little. It's hard to stay off the loud pedal because they're smoking the tyres up. We've got some really good sponsors, one being kindlingcracker.com, and he helps us out, so we can sort of throw a little bit of money at it, only because of sponsors like Hutch from Kindling Cracker, yeah, so that, you know, we'll just keep throwing tyres on and see what happens.
Sounds good, mate. All the best for the rest of the night, and looks like you're fairly well placed for the rest of the championship.
Yeah, hopefully, hey, we'll see what happens. It only takes someone in front of you to do something silly, or for me to do something silly, and it's game over. So, hey, we'll see what happens.
Awesome. Thanks, Sean.
Awesome. Thank you.
Alrighty, back into it. Production Saloons, Phoenix Middleman Recyclers, Group 1. One lap down, Mark Levin, 25 in first position. Pin, local man, 99 in second place. Stephen Heyman in the Porta Part sponsored car. Tyler Wright, 33 in third place. In saying that, Pin's just chucked it sideways onto the infield and come to a stop, so that's dropped him right back down, so Tyler's going to be given that position up into second place. So 3 laps down, 9 to go. Mark Levin, Tyler Wright, Brent Hackett, top 3. Keep an eye on Brent though, 434, making the dash now on Tyler.
Yellow,
though.
yellow.
Obviously just going over to get car number 99, Pin. Just sitting on the track a little bit, so we'll move him off the track, get him safe. Obviously couldn't get that car refired up. Looking good, lights out this time. As I say, 3 laps down, 9 to go. We're green, we're racing, back into it. Mark keeping it nice and tight on the infield, on the inside of it, the turn 1 and 2. Tyler Wright having a look down there, see if he can. Vaughan Glidden in number 6 making the best of it, going wide and making the pass, making it sick on both of them. He's moved from 4th up to 1st. Just in that one pass manoeuvre. When you're putting the pressure on, you've got to always keep an eye on the rearview mirror, see who's coming up behind you, because that's a perfect example of what happens if you don't. Vaughan Glidden up front, number 1. Mark Levin in second place. And then Tyler Wright back into 3rd, still holding it. Brent Hackett, 434, back into 4th place. He's not going to be happy with that. He's going to be keeping that wide on the outside, coming down the back straight. Putting the pressure back onto Tyler Wright. See if he can drive the whole way round. Trying all that he can, but we're 6 laps down, 6 to go, midway through the race. Vaughan Glidden sitting comfortable at the front. Mark Levin, car number 25, back in second place. Under pressure from 434 now, who's moved up into 3rd. Out on the inside, tucks it down onto the inside to make the pass of under 25. Is he going to make it stick? Not quite this time round. But now Mark knows he's there and knows the pressure's on. 8 laps down, 4 to go. Keep an eye on the 434, Brent Hackett for second place. That's where the battle's going to be at the moment. Vaughan quite comfortable at the front. Brent right on the tail of Mark, letting him know that he's there. Just has to pick the right time and make the move. Going wide again, trying to get on the outside of Mark Levin. Forcing Mark to go wide, maybe ducking up on the inside. Now it's a drag race down the back straight. Made the pass, made it stick. Great move there. Mark's coming back though, having a battle, but looks like Brent's got it. He's made the pass stick, coming out of 3 and 4, up into second place. 10 laps down, 2 to go. Vaughan's going to be looking at the white flag this time round. Can Brent manage to do it in a lap and a half to catch him? Never say never, but Vaughan looking at passing some of the lap traffic now. Making a pass on Trinity short, looking at the white flag, 1 to go. Pressure's come off Vaughan a little bit, but he's going to keep that pedal to the metal. Brent Hackett coming down the back straight, chasing on him, but coming into 3 and 4 for the last time. Looking at the checkered flag, it's going to go the way of 6H Vaughan Glidden. Taking the checkered flag. Great drive from the 434V of Brent Hackett though. Coming up through the field throughout the race and up into second place. Third place, you got the 25H of Mark Levin. And then, of course, Tyler Wright in the 33H taking 4th place. 5th place was 85H of Graham Dodd. Chris Marks, 15H in 6th. Liz Courtney, 992R in 7th place. The Hamilton car, number 9, Charlotte Martin in 8th place. 9th place, 115, Trinity Short, and Zach Manuel in 61R, rounding out the top 10. And of course, Zach retiring on the infield, but still managed to take out the 10th place. So they're going to be coming off now, and we'll be moving straight back into the Garage16 New Zealand Modifieds, jumping into groups B versus D.
So the crews haven't had all night to work on the cars and fix up any little problems or anything like that. So,
but we're into it. Looks like we've got Jacko coming out first now, and got those wheels turned, but nothing's happening. He's going straight into the infield. Same with Newton Gorge. So looking at the grids, starting on pole position, we've got 69H of Parsons on the outside. Position 2, we've got 71S of John Jackson, 124S of Carl Hinton in position 3. Position 4, the 91 of Arapiri. Position 5, 26E of Craig Pottinger. 2NZ, McPhee sitting in position 6. Position 7, 13C of Nickel. 28V of Vicky Dykstra in position 8. 9th is Crump of 63A, and Newton Gorge sitting on the back of the field on this race, 21S, sitting in position 10. We are green, we are racing. And as you say, Jacko straight out into it, running real wide but hard and fast round through turn 1 and 2. No mucking around this time. Straight into it. Everyone happy with the start. So John Jackson, 71S in first place. 69H of Brett Parsons in second. Jordan Apureri in 91W in third. 124 of Carl Hinton in 4th place, and 5th is Glenn McPhee at this stage, 2NZ. So again, keep an eye on those guys because they're going to want to be a lot higher than 5th and further down. But at the moment, John Jackson showing us how it's done. 3 laps down, and very nice healthy gap from first back to second. Second, third and fourth where it's at the moment, with Parsons, Hinton and McPhee all battling their way through. Missed that completely.
So did I. Somebody's upturned there in turn 4.
Missed that completely down in turn 4, and the wings parked a few metres behind it, so that must have been a fairly massive one.
Okay, once all the cars
So
go
just shooting over there, obviously gone yellow to check on him, make sure he's okay.
On the back straight, half track across the grass.
I wish I had eyes in the back of my head because I missed that one completely.
All cars half
But,
track.
No, so did I. I just saw the lights go orange, I think. Yeah, so it is the Crump car.
Yep. The graphic equaliser car. Ah, okay.
Yeah, rotor wheel.
Rotor wheel, and over we go, yeah. Big one too. We are racing, we're green. John Jackson straight hard on the gas. Needs to make that gap back up that he had. And is doing so quite nicely. But Brett Parsons, Carl Hinton and Blair McPhee doing all they can. Bit of contact there. Coming out of turn 4, but all cars okay. Newton Gorge coming tight around 1 and 2. Carl Hinton dropping a position in there, but 4 laps down, John Jackson, Brett Parsons, Blair McPhee, Newton Gorge up into 4th place, Carl Hinton down into 5th place. But those are your top 5 sitting at the moment. Race 16, Group B versus Group D. John Jackson out front. His to lose at the moment. 6 laps down, 6 to go, midway through the race. Jacko with a comfortable lead out the front. Brent Parsons in 2nd place. 2NZ, Blair McPhee hunting down Brett. Doing all he can to get up into 2nd place so he can have an attack at John. Newton Gorge comfortable back in 4th place. Car number 91, I think, was having a spin out down on turn 2. Looks like he might be off the track though, so that's okay. Still green, still racing, 8 laps down, 4 to go. No change up the front in the top 4 cars, top 5 cars.
Well, trouble in turn 1.
Trouble in turn 1 though. Slight little contact there, that's going to take us yellow.
Turn 1, yellow, yellow, yellow.
Just slid into him afterwards. No, I think he's still out there on the track.
Just trying to fire up the car again.
Prime course, rear of the field, 1, 2.
So yeah, Carl Hinton, 124, slid into him. Yep.
And Blair McPhee in the 2NZ was the.
He was the
was the first
one that was
went
parked
in.
up in there. Yep.
Yeah. So he got a bit crossed up with Newton Gorge, I think, and then Hinton sort of slid into them.
Yeah, they were having a. McPhee and Gorge were definitely having a bit of a battle through there for 3rd. Keep your eyes on Jacko, 71 up the front. He's going to be hard on that gas again to try and make that gap back.
He actually dropped from 3rd to 11th, and now he's at the back in this one. So
yeah, that's not good for him. Definitely not good. But back into it, back racing again. And as I said, Jacko hard on that gas, making that gap up again. Makes the gap, then he loses it, then he makes it and loses it. But Brett Parsons doing all he can, but he's got the pressure from Newton Gorge as well. So John Jackson, Brett Parsons, Newton Gorge top 3. Carl Hinton in 4th position. Putting the pressure on to Newton Gorge. 10 laps down, 2 to go. Jacko's going to be looking at the white flag this time round. Newton Gorge putting a bit of pressure on Brett Parsons, but can't quite make it stick. White flag for John Jackson, 71S. 1 to go. Brett Parsons 2nd place. Newton Gorge 3rd. Carl Hinton 4th. Craig Pottinger 5th. And then we're back to 2NZ of McPhee in 6th place. Dykstra and Nickel. But this is it. John Jackson taking the checkered flag for race 19. The Garage16 New Zealand Modifieds, Group B versus D. John Jackson, 71S, 1st place. 69.8, Brett Parsons in 2nd. 3rd place, Newton Gorge, 21S. 4th place, 124S of Carl Hinton. Craig Pottinger, 26E in 5th. Blair McPhee, 2NZ, back in 6th place. 7th place is 28V of Ricky Dykstra. Evan Nickel, 13C in 8th. Jordan Appareri in 91W in 9th position, and Crump, of course, after the incident down there with back in 10th place, so still getting the points. Position 1, we're looking at 16W of Lewis. Position 2, Bloman 78S. Position 3, England of 17W. 199 of Sam Lane in position 4. Position 5, 119 of Brad Lane. Position 6, the 1NZ Luke Brown, 32 GM of White in 7th. 4th position is 4C of Gawley. 9th is 12S of Jason Kalin, and position 10, 59C of Haig. So that's how they're going to be lining up for this race. This is about physically the closest they've been.
Yes. Yeah, but of course it all comes down to that last race. This is just all about getting there so far.
Exactly. That's it. You know, at the end of the day, anyone can win. Anyone in that last race has the potential to win.
Yeah, you don't get the chocolates until you finish the 30 lapper first.
That's it. But lights are out. This time we're going to be racing. Revs are coming up. Nerves are coming up. Green flag is dropping. We're racing. So the 119 and the 1NZ are the two to watch, but meanwhile it's the 17 of Jonas England out in front as we talk at the moment, but running really wide. 1NZ goes wide. The 199 of Sam Lane, she runs wide out of turn 3, but ducks back in. Brad Lane making the pass on 1NZ. 1NZ getting a bit crossed up down through the back straight.
Yeah, I don't know if there's contact with Brad Lane or not, or whether he just got out the gas in a real hurry.
That's hard to tell if there was or not, but everyone's still going, so that's all okay.
I think there might have been contact. I don't think the front end's quite right in the 1NZ. Seems to be struggling here, the left damage with the left front, I think.
Yeah, we'll have a look as that comes around this time. Try and see if we can see something. Yeah, it's hard to tell, but 3 laps down, 9 to go. Jonas England, 17W up front, 78S, Sean Blumen in second place. 199 of Samantha Lane in third, and rather Brad Lane in fourth. Of course, 1NZ right behind Brad, but yeah, had a bit of a rough one into turn 1 then, so there might have been some contact.
Yeah, I think there's just let's say it's not terminal damage, but it's just not going like it normally would.
Made it a little bit harder for him, especially into turn 1. He seems to have trouble through there, but he's still definitely on the gas, so he's not backing off. Brad Lane making the pass on Samantha now. So, yeah, just had Brad Lane just run a 14.7, so that's the fastest lap so far. Up into second place, passing Sean. So Jonas England still out in front. But Brad Lane definitely on the chase now. 7 laps down, 5 to go. He's got 5 laps to make up half a back straight. So running a lot faster. So Brad's going to definitely be the one to watch. So Jonas England, 8 laps down, 4 to go. Up in front, Brad Lane, second place. Third place, 78S of Sean Blumen. Then Samantha Lane in fourth. Jonah showing how it's done at the moment. Brad Lane running faster, but can he catch him? There's only going to be 2 laps to go after this lap, so the pressure's going to be on Brad to make it 4 for 4. Jonah's having a superb drive this time round. 10 laps down, 2 to go. England, Lane, Blumen, Lane and Brown in your top 5. White flag out, 1 to go. Jonas is going to take it at this stage. Just got to drive it clean through 3 and 4 down to the checkered flag. Jonas England, 17W, taking the race lead. In Heat 4, Groups A versus E. Jonas England, 17W in first place. Brad Lane, 119H in second.
Yellow.
So that's the end of Brad's, 3 for 3.
Yeah. The unbeaten run's come to an end, but I don't think he'll be too bothered.
No, I don't think so, to be honest. But running through the grid, so Jonas England, first place, 17W, Brad Lane, 119H in second, Sean Blumen, 78S in third, Samantha Lane, 199H in fourth, 1NZ in fifth, Luke Brown, Jason Kalin, 12S in sixth, Mike Gooley, 4C in seventh, Aaron Lewis in eighth for 16W. So that's how it's going to finish on this race round. And some great racing there. Fastest time was 14.75 in that one. So that's how we're going to see that race finish. Big round of applause for Jonas as he comes around with the checkered flag, well earned in this time round.
Yeah, well, Brad might have only been second, but those closest to him on points, Jason Kalin was in that race too. He came sixth.
Yep.
So he still pulled another 4 points clear of him anyway.
Nice.
Daniel Crump was third on points. He rolled over in the last race. So, yeah, Steve Thompson, who was fourth on points, starts on grid 10 in the next heat.
Nice.
So I think, yeah, even though he's been beaten, he's still going to pull several more points clear of everybody else.
Oh, exactly. Definitely is. But say Jonas coming around with the flag.
Yeah,
nice,
good win.
Nice
Good win.
sideways drift through 3 and 4 with his arm hanging out the window. He'll be happy chappy. And you can't blame him. That was an awesome drive.
No, from the second row of the grid and got through to lead early and yeah, just gapped them really. So by the time Brad Lane got through to second,
there was nowhere to be seen. Yeah, that was fantastic drive.
Anderton Decorators are a long-established Canterbury company covering the whole of the South Island who love to support their local community. If you require expert advice from design to application, then Shane has the expert team to ensure your next project is hassle-free with a professional finish. Floor to ceilings, walls to roof, inside, outside, commercial or residential. Let our team take the hassle out of your decorating. Give us a call now on 027 Painting. That's 027 724 6846. Anderton Decorators, we have you covered.
Morning all. How we going? Smoking time. No, I've been. I have a beer, mate. Still working. Raspberry and Coke for me, thank you, Lauren. Busy, eh? All right, mate. I'll catch you up later on. Good to see you. Yo. Oh, second flat tyre in 2 days. Here's my phone. Get wholesale tyres in Whakatane.
Need truck tyres? Wholesale tyres. Good tyres, better prices, great people.
It doesn't seem as long for those of us that only turned up halfway through.
Okay, just sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. Just running through the grid. This one we've got Blair Lascombe 26S in first grid. Second grid we've got Redfern of 96H, 3NZ Mitchell in third, 68H of Cody Hardon in fourth. Fifth position we've got 46H of Turner, 11A Jamie Fox in position 6, position 7 36W of 3, and position 8 22C of Corbett. Position 9 we're looking at the 18A of PJ Ferguson and the 54 GM of Thompson in position 10. So that's how they're going to be laid out for this time round.
Yeah, closely grouped together this time, aren't they?
They are, aren't they? Look at that.
I'm going to watch turn 1.
We are racing straight into turn 1. Is it going to be clear? 3NZ hard on the gas out wide, clear through 1 and 2. Still green, so start was good. We are racing now. We're doing it. 3NZ doing everything he can. He's up into second place. Still looking at Scott Redfern though, 96H out in front. 3NZ having a look up the inside, gapping it down the back straight, but hasn't quite got enough to make it this time round.
Yeah,
but
Steve Thompson in the 54 GM passed 4 cars from grid 10 on his first lap.
Exactly, yep, can be done. But 3NZ putting the pressure onto Scotty Redfern. Making the pass now, drag race down the back straight. Who's going to give in first? Neither of them, they're both going wide. Scott Redfern backs off a little bit just to keep it safe, but Jacob Mitchell up into first place now, 3NZ. Scotty Redfern, 96H in second place, wide through turn 1 and 2. Jamie Fox now looking on the back of Redfern. But Redfern gathers it, back up, makes a bit of distance on Fox. But 3NZ out in front now to make it happen for himself. As we said, if he's going to do it, he had to do it now, and he has. So can the others catch him? 5 laps down, 7 to go. Mitchell, Redfern, Fox, Harder, Luscombe in your top 5. But Jacob Mitchell showing us how it's done now that he gets a clear track. He's putting daylight between him and Scott Redfern of the 96. Jamie Fox right on the tail of Redfern, trying to make the pass for second place. Redfern running wide through 1 and 2. Jamie pokes his nose down there but can't quite make it happen. The pressure's definitely on Scott Redfern now to hold off Jamie, as well as trying to all he can to catch up to Jacob Mitchell. But Mitchell pulling away. Big gap between him and Redfern at the moment, but Mitchell, Redfern and Fox still your top 3. Cody Harder in 4th place in the 68. Kiwi Movers sponsored car. Blair Luscombe 26S in 5th place. Steve Thompson 54 and 6. 9 laps down, 3 to go. All about Jacob Mitchell out the front this time round. Jamie Fox coming back a bit on Redfern. Redfern making a bit of a gap there, but runs wide through turn 3. Going to be looking at the white flag this time round for Jacob Mitchell, 3NZ. Then there'll be 1 to go. White flag out. Jacob Mitchell, 3NZ up front. 96H of Scotty Redfern in 2nd place. Jamie Fox, 11A in 3rd. It looks like how it's going to finish, coming around for the checkered flag now. As we said, Barry, if he was going to do it, he was going to do it in this race, and he's done it. 3NZ, Jacob Mitchell taking the race lead. 96H of Scott Redfern in 2nd place. Just wait for the dust to settle and we'll bring the rest of the results to you, but a great drive by Jacob Mitchell. So Jacob Mitchell up front, number 1. Scott Redfern, 2nd place. Jamie Fox, 11A in 3rd. 4th place was 68H of Cody Harder. Steve Thompson, 54 GM in 5th place. 6th place, 26S of Blair Luscombe. Hayden Corbett, 22C in 7th. PJ Ferguson, 18A in 8th. 9th position was 36W of Jacob Free, and Ryan Turner, 46H, rounding out the top 10 and the class for this race. So superb drive by a lot of people, but Jacob definitely did it this time. So he's got to be happy with that. Getting the flag. Big round of applause as he comes through with the checkered flag. And great drive by Scott Redfern and Jamie Fox to take 2nd and 3rd place. We are green, we're racing. The 444 of Dan Weston, hard on the gas and straight out in front, of course. Clear run start for him. Hayden Miskell, 47W in 2nd place. Car getting a bit sideways through 1 and 2, dropping all the way back to the rear of the field. The Dan Weston Rotorua car up in the front. And making a good distance between between him and the 47 of Hayden Miskell, Dylan Sherman, 27 in 3rd place. Brian Jackson, the 68, had a few issues on turn 3, but he's got his car fired again and catching up now. Weston, Miskell, Sherman, Pickleton and Courtney in your top 5. Talking to these guys, finding out how to drive it. Basically, they put it in 2nd gear and just keep their foot flat. Very rarely will they actually get into 3rd gear. So first to get started, 2nd into it, and just keep it going. So 3 laps down, 9 to go. Dan Weston quite comfortably out front. Hayden Miskell in 2nd place. Dylan Sherman in 3rd. 48H of Dave Pickleton, 4th place, and Brooke Courtney, 91R in 5th. That's your top 5. 5 laps down, 7 to go. No change in the order at the moment, so racing quite clean and clear at the moment. Dan Weston showing us how it's done in the 444R. Dave Pickleton and Dylan Sherman, a bit of a pressure on there, trying to make passes. Dan West well and truly out in front, but second, third and fourth is where the race is at the moment. Hayden Miskell and Dylan Sherman having a bit of a battle. Dylan looking down the inside but can't quite make it happen, but he's also got to be aware of Pinkleton and the 48. So quite often this is where if one car goes wide, the other can go narrow and make up a couple of passes, so you've got to be careful of that happening. 31H pulling into the infield, that's Steve Clout. Tapped the wall early on in the race and stopped, so that's obviously his race run. 8 laps down, 4 to go. Sarah Pearson in the 97 just coming through. Dylan Sherman up into second place, 27H. But Dan Weston well and truly out in front. 10 laps down, 2 to go. He's going to be looking at the white flag this time round. Just coming through turn 1 and 2 now onto the back straight. First and second looking fairly safe at the moment, but third and fourth of Miskell and Pilkington in the 48. That's where the battle is happening now. Brooke Courtney in the 91R coming up onto the back of Dave. Dave making a dive underneath the 47 of Miskell. Made it stick, made the pass through turn 1. Of course, white flag out, so this time round Dan's going to be looking at the checkered flag. And he's got it, he's taken it. Dan Weston, 444R, first place. Dylan Sherman, 27H in second. And Dave Pickleton, 48H in third place. So those are your top 3. Fourth place, Hayden Miskell of 47W, 91R of Brooke Courtney in 5th. James Cunningham, 27R in 6th place. 7th place was 39H of Craig Martin. Mike Lovell in 10V in 8th. 9th place was 8H of Corona Martin. And Sarah Pearson in the 97, taking out the top 10. And of course Brian Jackson in 11th, and Clout and Jagged not finishing the race. So that's how it's going to be finalised in the Phoenix Metalman Recyclers Group 2.
I see Steve Cloud actually drove back off the infield and under the flag, but he's... Oh no, they've actually taken the retired away from against his name now. Yep. So,
okay.
Yeah, he was 6 laps down, but...
Still finished.
I've got John Jackson here, but I've just been reading the current issue of the New Zealand Dirt Track Racing magazine. Someone called Shrek the Slaughterer, who took out the modified GP in Wellington not so long ago. Would that be you, mate?
You named it that.
Well, you wear the green, mate, and you got to have the name.
Yeah, no, it's we're sort of known. We got old Shrek in the background there and stuff like that. But yeah,
So you're in good form, obviously, having taken out their GP. And tonight as well, for the fans, if we go back 3 modified races, you're the winner of that heat, mate. So a good night finally for you.
Oh, mate, we should have just stayed in the trailer or in my mate's place down in Upper Hutt with those boys, having a beer, because we were out the gate, and hey, we're just throwing the toolbox at this thing at the moment, and it's slowly going forward, and hey, we just hope to get in the final, and we're going to give it everything for the 30 lapper.
Yeah, no, first place will definitely do you well for that final. But it seemed like a fairly straightforward race for you there. I mean, you led from pretty much the start to the finish, even in those restarts. Did you feel much pressure, or was it decent fun?
Oh, mate, I was just trying to keep it tidy and finish. I didn't know who was behind me, where they were, or whatever. So, because I've been struggling all night with setup, and so we just, I just had to keep it tidy and bring it home, and
Sweet, mate. So do you think that the next issue of the NZ Dirt Track Racing magazine will have another story about Shrek the Slaughterer being the New Zealand champion?
Well, if it is, I hope it's a good one and not one like it was at the Tama Memorial.
That was a bit of a worry, wasn't it? No, all good, mate. All the best for the rest of the night, and yeah, good luck for your next heat.
Cheers, Vince. Cheers.
Looking like they're going to get ready to go shortly. We are green, we're racing. 12 laps, Waikato Superstocks. Pretty much all clean through 1 and 2. A little bit of fender bender in contact, but that's always what we expect in Superstocks. Into the wall, hard into the wall into turn 3. 4 cars tied up through there. 2 of them nowhere to go and just hit the brakes, but one of them's underway, so Damien Orr, 81R, out front at the moment. Jeff Kite, 93H in second place, and Tony Wooten in the 71H in third. All cars mobile again, but looks like the 274R Mike Honeck is heading into the infield, so that could be his race done. Didn't actually manage to finish the last race either, unfortunately. But 2 laps down, Damien Orr is your race leader. 81R with 71H of Tony Wooten right on the tail. The Tony under pressure from Jeff Kite and Logan Nicholson maybe. But pulling away from the third place of Jeff on the straight. But Damien Orr, 81R, quite comfortably out in front. Tony Wooten chasing as much as he can at the moment. Robbie Maybe, 33 hours, running the quickest lap so far in the 16s.
So your Heat 1 winner, Zane Riddick, ran away and hit in the first one, and he's just pulled onto the infield and retired in Heat 2.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't take much in Superstocks. It's you can go from hero to zero with a contact or damage. So yeah, the Riddler parked up on the inside. 79 and Matt Jarvis just taking a bit of a contact over the start-finish line. Tony Wooten made the pass up into first place.
Yeah, Damien Orr dropped from first to fourth in a hurry there.
Yeah, he did in a hurry on that one. Missed that one while I was watching the other field, but Logan Nicholson maybe up in second place, Jeff Kite in third. Damien Orr, I say, down to fourth. Tony Wooten now the car to watch. Damien Orr trying to fight back, get whatever he can, ducking up on the inside of the 5 to 93. Didn't quite make it, but Logan Nicholson maybe dropping down to third. Damien Orr looking at what he can do, if he can make anything on that, but so far it's all looking about 71 of Tony Wooten. Clearly out in front of the 93 of Jeff Kite. 9 laps down, 3 to go. Bit of a battle going down the back straight into turn 3 and 4. Damien Orr and Logan Nicholson maybe. Same position at the moment. First, second, third for Wooten, Kite and Orr. Jeff Kite just putting a 16.9 in the last lap. White flag out, 1 to go. Tony Wooten, 71H. Out in front, Jeff Kite, 93, chasing them. Can he do anything in this last quarter of the track? Tony Wooten coming out of turn 4, looking at the checkered flag. He's going to take it. It's his for the taking, and he gets it. 71H, Tony Wooten, first place. 93H, Jeff Kite in second. Damien Orr, 81R in third place. Anson McNeil having another spin coming out into turn 2, but as I say, Tony Wooten taking the race win. Jeff Kite 93 in second, Damien Orr in third place, Logan Nicholson maybe 5R in fourth, 17H of David Curtin in fifth place, sixth place 218H of Aaron Alderton, Anson McNeil in the 717 in seventh place, 86 in position 8 for Thomas Van Amsterdam, and position 9 is 33 of Robbie Maybe with Matt Jarvis in the 79H rounding out the top 10. And of course the Riddler, Zane Riddick, Luke Irvine and Mike Honeck not finishing the race.
No, and Zane Riddick won Heat 1. I think Luke Irvine was third
Right, I'm here with Jonas England, 17W, just getting into his car for his next heat, but take yourself back to the second to last modified heat that we saw, and this guy won it. Awesome stuff. He came second in the GP a few weeks ago as well, on good form for this national championship. How's things feeling for you tonight, mate?
Pit gate's still open.
Yeah, no, we're going good. Still a long way to go. Another heat race and a 30 lapper to get through. So I mean, hey, anything can happen really, and we're just here for the ride, and we'll give it all we've got.
And tell me, it's quite a long evening. How is the body feeling for you so far?
Grid up, please.
I mean, it's still intact, so so far the body feels all right. We'll see how we go.
Awesome, mate. All the best for the next heat, and this will be the one that will determine where you start in the feature final if you're lucky enough to make it that far, mate.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, that's the one. Cheers.
Good luck, mate.
We are green, we're racing. Straight into it, 99, straight out on. Yep, all safe through 1 and 2. 3 wide through there. Alrighty, so 2 laps down. After this race, we're going to have some prizes. We've got one of the girls heading down to turn 3 and 4. So the first 10 people up there that can tell her who the main sponsor is will get a prize. So look for a bright pink high vis, and she'll give you some prizes. So if you want to head down there after this race. But we're 3 laps down, 9 to go. We're looking at Brad McDonald, 99V up front. 2NZ, Daniel Nicol in second place. Glenn McCutcheon, 81P in third. VF Jimmy Barnes still holding 4th place. Elliot Heron though making his way up through the pack, 1NZ up into 5th place. The 7S of Matt Julian dropping down to 6. Five laps down, 7 to go. Brad McDonald, Daniel Nicol, Glenn McCutcheon, Gemma Barnes, Elliot Heron, Ben Vaughan, all holding the same position. Only movement is the 10S of Jonathan Noonan moving up on Nathan Jeffries, up into 9th place. Challenge now between the 57 and 92, neck and neck racing for those ones, but Ben Vaughan just making the pass and pulling away clear on that. Position, no change in the top 5. 8 laps down, 4 to go. Brad McDonald, 99V, is the car to watch. Doing it quite comfortably in this race. 2NZ, Daniel Nicol looking where he can to do what he can, but not making it stick at the moment. 10 laps down, 2 to go. Going to be looking at the white flag this time round. It's going to be Brad's for the taking, 99V. 1 to go. 2NZ in second place. Third place, Ben Vaughan in the 57. Checkered flag done and dusted, so 99V of Brad McDonald taking the race win. 2NZ of Daniel Nicol in second place and Ben Vaughan in the 57 in third. Fourth place was Glenn McCutcheon, 81P. Just wait for the dust to settle and the noise to come down, then we'll run through the rest of them. So 1NZ, Elliot Heron made 5th place. 92V, Gemma Barnes in 6th place. 7S of Matt Julian in 7th. 10S of Jonathan Noonan in 8th place, 38S of Donald Currigan in 9th, and Nathan Jeffries rounding out the top 10 in car number 8P, and of course Shane Gribben in the 8V in 11th place, and of course Dylan Smith not registering on there. So big round of applause for Brad as he comes round with the checkered flag, and that's how the mini sprints are going to finish up. the third heat for them, the Ground Care Waikato Mini Sprints Race Series. Always great to see them out there and running as it is. Just couldn't get the car going with the checkered flag, but coming around now. We're just going to be, we've got an interview coming up down the pitch shortly, but in the meantime we're back into the modifieds. So obviously they're going to be coming out, but going down to the pits now, we've got an interview downstairs.
I'm here with Daniel Crump, 63A. You are the one that put on that fantastic show out there with that awesome flip. Can you please walk us through exactly what happened there?
Well, I was going around Pollinger and I blinked and I was on my side. It just happens that quick. I don't know if he kept his line or not. All I know is I've got this guy out here, go out wide, and then suddenly just...
Now, it looks like a decent amount of work's going on here. They're still running around real crazy, and you're about to hop in the car. What damage do you have?
New bumper, new wing, we had broken shock. That's about it, really. We're lucky. Oh, another shock on the front. It's gone. So, I mean, it's not too bad. It could have been worse.
Mate, I think you've been outperforming expectations all night. I know the commentators are super impressed. The crowd's impressed. I'm ecstatic for you. You're doing really well on points. Still really well on points, despite that horror mess. So keep your chin up, mate. You're about to go out there and do another heat and get into that feature final in a decent grid position, I assume.
I hope. I mean, I was 25 going to that, and that spectacular roll only gave me a point. I mean, I should get judges' points. Come on, 10 out of 10 for every car. I should get at least 10 pity points, but you know, it is what it is, and I just want to make top 10, really.
Mate, if they gave out pity points, you would win every race. You get back to racing, mate. Good to see you out there.
Thanks, Vince.
Okay, I'll just run through the grid up on this. So 119 of Brad Lane on pole position, 124S of Carl Hinton in second. Third is 2NZ of McPhee, 59C of Hagen, position 4. Position 5 is 13C of Nickel. Position 6, 32GM of White, 17W England in position 7. Position 8, Newton Gorge of 21S. Position 9 and 10. Position 9 is Blumen, and position 10 is the 69H of Parsons. So that's how we're going to be looking for this race. But as we see back into it, for Heat 5, Group B versus Group E.
And of course, Groups 4 and 6 will be empty with the 59C.
Exactly, yeah.
And the 32GM.
Let's get this race underway. Look, here comes the white line. That's looking good. Lights are going out. Coming around this time. Everyone needs to grid up where they need to be. Who's going to be the first off the line? Is it going to be go to woe for Brad Lane, 119H?
Got the 2NZ Blair McPhee sitting on the second row there. He's dropped from right up high on points to 13.
We are racing. Brad Lane hard on the gas, but he's back into second place. Everyone is clear. Oh no, we've got contact into turn 2. Trying to keep it straight in there. Luckily avoids the other cars, but ends up stalled, so that's going to take us yellow. Parked up down on the end of, down midway through the back straight, so can't have him sitting there. Needs to either get that car refired up. Came real fast through turn 1. And just clipped the wall into turn 2 and tank slapped it all the way down there and managed to keep it off the other cars, which was impressive, but unfortunately couldn't get the car refired. But he's underway now.
Yeah, I don't know how good the steering might be on it, but we'll see shortly, I guess.
It was definitely a handful, that's for sure.
Grids, original grids, except for
So that's a great looking car
4S prime course, rear of the field.
from all angles, because we just saw all angles in one go. Might have to have a word to him afterwards, but back into it. We are green again, we're racing. So back on the gas. Newton Gorge back in 4th place.
Gentlemen, this is a complete
And now we've gone yellow again.
The only thing I can think of, if they saw a jump start in there somewhere, but
Yeah, possibly. Because there's nothing, no other reason to have gone yellow. So yeah, obviously not happy with that start.
You'll be directly behind 119.
So haven't got one lap done yet.
No one to your outside. 13,
because
you'll be
the
directly
outside
behind
line,
2NZ, no one to your outside. 17W and 21
yeah, should have been all gridded up again. I think they might have been starting more in single file, but it's going to be a funny grid, because if they're sending the 124S to the back, grid 2 is empty.
Yep.
Grid 4 is empty.
Yep.
Grid 6 is empty. So
it's pretty much a single file, to be fair.
It will just about be, yeah.
We're racing again, back into it. And looking happy with this one so far. Everyone through 1 and 2. Yep, we're racing. Had to make sure on that one at the moment, but 119 Brad Lane out in front at the moment. Now he just needs to stay there for the whole race. 2NZ, Lee McPhee chasing him, but also being chased by the 21S of Newton Gorge in 3rd place. So he's going to be having to watch the front and the rear. Jonas England, 17W, right on Newton's tail. But we're underway, we're going. Brad Lane showing us how it's done at the moment. Running wide out of turn 4 with a bit of understeer on, but managed to hold on to it. Lane, McPhee, Gorge and England. Jonas trying to make a pass on Newton Gorge around the outside. Newton Gorge runs wide, cuts him off. Jonas dives on the inside but can't quite make it happen. Newton Gorge making that Camaro as wide as possible. 4 laps down, 8 to go. No change in your top 5 at the moment. Carl Hinton moving up into 6th place over Sean Blumen. Sean dropping back to 7th, and Evan Nicol, 13C, bringing up the field. Brad Lane's going to be potentially looking at lap traffic shortly if he keeps racing the way he is. 5 laps down, 7 to go. Car running wide through turn 1 and into 2. But again, everyone keeps moving. There's Carl Hinton again, so whether he's got issues there or whether he just ran wide himself, seems to have it back under control now, but we're still looking. Brad Lane 119 easily up front. 2NZ Blair McPhee in 2nd place. 17W of Jonas England in 3rd. Newton Gorge 21S in 4th. Brett Parsons 69H in 5th. 8 laps down, 4 to go. Brad Lane definitely showing how it's done this time round. Passing the lap traffic now. Running the real wide line through 3 and 4.
Yeah, Newton Gorge just touched the wall on between turns 1 and 2 as well.
Has he?
So
Okay.
he's dropped back quite a long way.
Doesn't look like there's any damage on the car, so he's still running strong.
No, it was only a graze, but he was out there in the marbles and just about stopped.
Not where you want to be. Sparks flying off Carl Hinton's car on the corners, so something's rubbing as he comes through. In 5th place, makes a pass on Sean. White flag out though. Brad Lane looking to take it home. Carl Hinton just tapping the wall again, coming out there. Brad Lane real wide down the front straight. I thought he was going to come into the commentary box for a moment then. He was looking straight at me, but takes a race win, 119H. Brad Lane, 1st place. 2NZ, Lee McPhee in 2nd place. And the 17W of Jonas England in 3rd. So wait for the dust settle, we'll bring the rest of the results. So 4th place, Newton Gorge 21S. 78S, of Sean Blumen in 5th place. 6th place was Brent Parsons in the 69H. Carl Hinton 124S in 7th, and Evan Nicol in the 13C in 8th position. So Barry just work out the points on that and he'll give us some information as soon as he can, but in the meantime, obviously as Brad comes around with the flag, big round of applause for him because that was another great effort from him. And of course Carl Hinton heading off into the infield, had a few issues and sparks and contact and all sorts of things. Okay, so we'll just, we might have to revisit that. I think we might have had the wrong one. So we've got Cody Harder, 68H on pole position. Sorry, my apologies. Jay Apariri, 91W in 2nd position. 3rd position, 26C of Craig Pottinger. 4th position, 18A of Ferguson. 5th position, we're looking at Dystra, 28V. 3 and Z in position 6 of Mitchell. 63A of Crump. Back out there after his roll in position 7th. John Jackson, 71S in position 8th. Position 9 is 26S of Blair Lupscombe, and bringing up 22C of Corbett in position 10. So we'll go with that one.
So I think, yeah, the 71S, the green one, and the fluoro orange 3 and Z, probably a couple to keep an eye on. Although the 22C's been performing pretty well. He's in the top 10 at the moment.
Hayden Corbett, yeah, definitely. He's one to watch.
Off-grid 10 in this race.
Guys will be going
so he's got a fair bit to do in this one as well, but he is sitting in the top 10 on points at the moment, so he's been going well so far.
Looking forward to it, so looking good. We've got the line across turn 4, so this time the lights are out. We're going to be racing this time around.
Line exiting 4, accelerator away on the green at the line.
See how we get going. Keeping an eye on Jacko, 71S, 3 and Z, Jacob Mitchell. Looking good, bunched up. We are green, we're racing. Cody Harder and Jacko hard on the gas straight down the line, but Cody Harder dropping back to about 3rd position. Jacko straight out in front and gone burgers, but they're all catching up on him.
So the 3 and Z's gone from grid 6 to 3rd place within a lap.
Yeah, exactly. Jordan Arapiri though, man on mission at the moment. PJ Ferguson in 2nd place, but about to be under attack from 3 and Z of Jacob Mitchell. Jacob coming around the outside and made it sick. He's made the pass. He's up into 2nd place. Jordan Apariri in 1st place. Jacob Mitchell 2nd place. PJ Ferguson 3rd. Then we go back to Cody Harder and John Jackson in 4th and 5th. Jordan running a little bit wide and opened the door for 3 and Z. 3 and Z's hard on the gas, but wasn't quite in the right position to capitalise on that fully. But definitely putting the pressure on Jordan. No doubt about it, Jordan knows he's there, but a smoke coming off the car. Is that an issue? 3 and Z making the pass. He's going to make it sick this time down, is he? He's on the inside, he's made the pass, he's made it sick, he's up into the front. Jacob Mitchell, 3 and Z, 1st place. Jordan Arapiri, 91W in 2nd, and PJ Ferguson, car number 18A in 3rd. Cody Harder, 68H in 4th place. Jacko coming in at 5th, but we're only 6 laps down. We're still 6 to go midway through the race. But 3 and Z out where he needs to be now. A little bit of smoke coming out of Jordan's car as he loses another position. Cody Harder up into 2nd place. Yeah, there's Jordan's brakes are glowing red hot, and there's a whole lot of stuff missing out of there, so that could be the issue, but smoke pouring off his car and getting worse. So if you have a look as he goes around, there's his rear disc is definitely suffering worse fate, so we'll keep an eye on him, but we're 8 laps down, 4 to go. 3 and Z is the one to be watching at the moment. Cody Harder in 2nd place. Jordan Arapiri in 3rd. PJ Ferguson, car number 18 in 4th, and John Jackson, 71S in 5th place. 10 laps down, 2 to go. He's going to be looking at the white flag next time round. The 91 of Jordan doing everything he can to keep position, but now Jacko's on him. He's putting the pressure on down the back straight. Going out wide, making the pass.
2 passes.
He's got it. Yep, he's made 2 positions on that. That's going to help him up a bit. So white flag out, 1 to go. Done and dusted. 3NZ, Jacob Mitchell. First place across the line. Cody Harder, 68H in second place. John Jackson, 71S in third. So Mitchell, Harder and Jackson in your top 3.
Yellow.
And Jordan Arapiri in fourth place, but his rear brakes were looking very unhealthy there. But going to the positions, so 5th place, 18A of PJ Ferguson, 22C of Hayden Corbett in 6th place, 7th place, 26E of Craig Pottinger, Blair Luscombe, 26S in 8th, and Ricky Dykstra, 28V in 9th place. So that's how it's going to finish for the 9-car field. Jacob Mitchell having the fastest lap in there at a 14.73. So good work there. But yeah, this one was definitely all about Jacob Mitchell again, 3NZ. Another win under his belt for tonight. Be happy with that, and big round of applause as he comes through with the flag.
Are you building a new commercial business or home? Or is it time that your existing premises had a repaint anywhere in the South Island? Then Anderton Decorators have you covered. From floor to ceiling, wall to roof, Anderton Decorators offer the latest techniques, equipment and technology to make even the hardest tasks seem simple. Anderton Decorators also has the expert team to take the frustration out of your next project. Call Shane today on 027 Painting. That's 027 724 6846. Anderton Decorators. We have you covered.
It doesn't matter how hard the job is, we suck it up and get it done. No matter how dirty our hands have to get, we suck it up and get it done. Suck it up, suck it up, suck it up. Out for suck's sake, suck it up, suck it up, suck it up. Out for suck's sake, suck it up.
Suck it up and get it done with suckitup.co.nz.
Did not finish one race and now did not start the next. So
next one, that's not good.
2 races without points.
Okay, just run to the through the grid on this one. So we've got 119 of Sam Lane coming out. She's on pole position. Second place is 46H of Turner. 1NZ Luke Brown on position 3. Position 4, 11A of Jamie Fox. Position 5, 36W of Free. Position 6 is the 54 GM of Thompson. 4C of Gooley on position 7th. And Jason Kalin, 12S on 8th. 96H of Scotty Redfern, position 9. And the 16W of Lewis, position 10 for this field. So that's how it's going to end up if all cars are out here. And they are, yep, they're all here. Yeah, that's a great angle on there. Oh. There goes the white line across turn 4.
The 16W off the back row.
Right, that's what we're missing. Alrighty, run for us, run. Who's over there? Okay, lights are out. White lights down.
Race 27 of the evening.
Been a good evening so far, actually. Great racing.
It
Great
has.
weather.
Yep.
Great company, of course. Here we go. We are racing. Contact straight off the line with 1NZ. Not sure what happened there, but just slid straight into the car next to him. Didn't actually catch who it was, but they've gone under yellow anyway, because I actually thought there was a jump start there. It was quite obvious on that one, so get them underway.
Okay, I'm not happy with that start.
Just have a quick look, see if there's any damage to the cars on that. It wasn't a huge contact, but it doesn't take much to puncture a tyre. Nice and tightly gridded up. We are green, we're racing. That looks a lot better. Still green, everyone's safely through 1 and 2. Let's get this race underway. 11A of Jamie Fox out into the front.
Yeah, from grid 4, so lightning start from Foxy.
Massive start from Foxy there. Ryan Turner, 46H, and down 1 to second. Jason Callan going a bit wide into turn 1 there. He's having a bit of a battle further down the field. But 1NZ, Luke Brown up into 3rd place. Now, of course, the 199 of Sam Lane in 4th. Steve Thompson in 5th place. So that's your top 5. Fox, Turner, Brown, Lane and Thompson. But great start for Jamie Fox. Getting a big gap between 1st and 2nd place. 2nd, of course, being 1NZ Luke Brown, so you want to be as far ahead of him as you can. Ryan Turner down into 3rd place. Sam Lane putting the pressure on to Ryan Turner. And again, keep an eye on one eye in the mirror of Steve Thompson coming up on the outside. Samantha tucking in tight, trying to push Ryan wide. 5 laps down, 7 to go. Jamie Fox, 11A, 1st place. 1NZ Luke Brown in 2nd. Ryan Turner, 46H in 3rd. Steve Thompson, 54, making the pass on Sam to come up into 4th place. Sam Lane back into 5th. Midway through the race, 6 down, 6 to go. Jamie Fox and Luke Brown pulling away from the rest of the crowd. Position 3 and 4, that's where the race is at the moment. Ryan Turner holding 3rd place, but under pressure from Steve and Samantha. And Mike and Jacob, they're all tied up there. Jason Callan back in 8th place, Scott Redfern back in 9th. But 9 laps down, 3 to go. It's all about Jamie Fox, 11A taking this one. 1NZ Luke Brown doing he can to catch. He's got almost the whole back straight on, actually more than half the track on distance between 2nd and 3rd. But I don't think Luke's going to have it in to catch Jamie Fox as Jamie screams away. He's looking at the white flag, this time down, 1 to go. Jamie Fox well out in front of Luke Brown. Luke Brown miles away from 3rd place of Ryan Turner in 46. In 4th place we've got Steve Thompson. But that's how it's going to finish. Checkered flag. 11A, Jamie Fox. Great drive there from Jamie in that pass to get him up into 1st place, and then from then it was all about Jamie. 2nd place, 1NZ Luke Brown. Valiant effort, but couldn't make the pass and get past Jamie. So, as I say, 11A, Jamie Fox 1st place, 1NZ Luke Brown 2nd, 46H of Ryan Turner in 3rd, 54 GM of Steve Thompson in 4th, 5th place Samantha Lane 199H, 47 Mike Gawley in position 6, 7 is 36W of Jacob Free, Jason Kalin 12S in position 8, and Scotty Redfern 96H in position 9. So that's how it's going to be Heat 5 for Group A versus F.
John Jackson, Sean
I'm
Bowman.
here with
sorry, mate, it looks like we're getting down to the pitch.
Jacob Mitchell. I've been meaning to talk to you all night, but it's just been very busy. 3NZ. Jacob Mitchell, you've won 2 heat races tonight, including your last one, but tragic start to the night. Can you talk to us about the roller coaster of emotions for this New Zealand champs?
I got off to a pretty shitty start. Went into the first corner expecting it to be sort of drivey with our race one set up, and I spun it and started off the back. Got second, decided to be a retard and forgot to go on the scales, got disqualified, and now I'm just chasing my tail.
But mate, you've come back in pretty fine form, winning 2 heat races, so that doesn't look like it's impressed you much. You have pretty high expectations, eh?
Yeah, well, if it wasn't for the first race, I'd probably be a bit higher up on points, but we'll just make what happens, I guess.
We've seen you race and what you do from the mid-pack or even the back of the field. You seem to make your way forward somehow, so it looks like you and Brad Lane might be battling for the outside anyway. What are your thoughts on this 30-lap feature? Because that's a bit of a marathon.
It depends if everyone's tyres last. We've gone through so many tyres already, so I guess it'll be... It'll be a...
Family show, mate.
Yeah. No, it'll be a marathon just to make the tyres last, and hopefully I can catch up to the front people if they're not gapped it out the door. So yeah, we'll see.
Excellent. I know you got lots of South Islanders watching, so it should be an epic final. So we look forward to seeing what you can do. All the best for that one, and have fun. Cheer up, mate. You're doing well.
Sure.
That's the thing, mate.
Thank you.
Alrighty, back into it. So Production Saloons are racing at the moment. We're 3 laps down with James Cunningham sitting on race lead. But Barry, do you want to go back to the points or?
Yeah, well, I just had a look at where Jacob Mitchell would be if he didn't get disqualified.
Okay, yep.
And he scored 32 points in the end. He's 11th, but an extra 9 points would have moved into second equal with Jamie Fox. Jonas England, who also scored 41, would have lost 1 point because he did gain a place, Jonas England, when Jacob Mitchell got disqualified. So his 41 would drop to 40. But Jacob Mitchell would be second equal with Jamie Fox.
Okay.
So yeah, the tie break would be for second place between Foxy and Jacob Mitchell instead of Foxy and Jonas England, because you got to look through that when he got disqualified, there was a whole lot of guys went up a point as well,
yep.
And Jonas England was one of those. So it would change some of the other placings around a little bit, but yeah, we've got a points tie between 2 cars for second and third, a points tie between 3 cars for fourth, fifth and sixth, a points tie between 2 cars for 7th and 8th, and then it's, we've got actually a whole bunch because the top 16 have qualified. 13th equal, we've got Cody Harder, Craig Pottinger, Mike Goulet, and then your last one in is PJ Ferguson. So, so the no points ties sort of for that 16th, 17th space. Daniel Crump has dropped to 17th. So now to qualify, he does need to go through the repechage. So hopefully that car is going again.
Exactly. I mean, it must be hard, but I mean, as he said on the interview, you know, it was his bad. He made the mistake, so he's got to wear it and carry on and just pick up from where he can.
He said he really wasn't quite sure what happened, that he made the outside pass. He thought he was clear of the other car.
Yep.
Next thing he knew, he was flying through the air. So
exactly.
He couldn't say for sure the other guy had gone out wide. Maybe he drifted inwards a little bit. You or I didn't see it either. So
I've just got a notice here, Bradley Sherman, if you've lost your FPOS card, mate, it's at the fan van, so if you can head up there and tell them what bank the card is, they'll give you your FPOS card back. Bradley Sherman, go and grab your FPOS card from the fan van. Alrighty, so as I say, we're 9 laps into it. We're actually on the last lap now, but James Cunningham, 27R, is your race leader. It was great to get the updates on those modifieds. Thanks for that, Barry.
We do have the grid for the repechage too, so we'll wait till these guys are finished and
then we'll run through that. Well, actually, we've gone checkered flag now. So James Cunningham, 27R, was your race leader. Sarah Pearson, 97H, in second place, and Trinity Short just doing donuts at the moment around there. But Steve Clout, 31H, in third place. Corona Martin, 8H, in fourth, and Trinity Short, after her little donuts on turn 4, coming through to finish up there. So we've got the, was it the grid rule you were saying?
Yeah, so it looks like 11 cars going to front up for the repechage. On grid 1 is the 63A of Daniel Crump. Grid 2, the 199H of Samantha Lane.
Actually, they've just come up on the screen here as well. So if you want
there you go.
You run through them, they carry on. So grid 3, we've got the 36W of Free. Grid 4, the 26S of Ludscombe. Grid 5, 96H of Scotty Redfern. Grid 6, 69H of Parsons. 46H of Turner in position 7. 124 of Cal Hinton in 8. 28V of Dystra in 9th. 10th is 91W of Upper... No, you got me saying that, Upper Erie.
Upper Erie.
And the 13C of Nickel in position 11.
Yep, so that's what I've got here. So, yeah, 11 cars. There's obviously some that aren't making it out to the repechage. But, yeah, I think only 3 missing, and 2 of them haven't raced all night, actually. So, hopefully the other 11 do.
Exactly. So, that's how it'll be when they come out. But we're actually... Well, up next, we're jumping to the old school decorators mini stocks. But it looks like we might be able to go down to the pits and have a chat with Jamie Fox if you're down there.
Sure are. We are here with Jamie Fox, the 11A. You've got a lot of passionate fans in the stands there, and you won your last heat for the second time tonight. That's got to be good going into this final.
Yeah, no, we're happy with the car. It's obviously... we've got a bit more pace out of it now, and it's a bit more to my liking. So, yeah, hopefully we're at the pointy end, and we'll take it from there, I suppose.
Yeah, no, and I figured I'll be talking to you quite a bit tonight, given your experience and your talent, and so obviously second interview for tonight, third actually, if you include the first ones. But the 30 lapper, that's a marathon of a race. How do you set up your car for that sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, you've got to have it tighten it up. But with the pace at the front, you can't have it too tight that it doesn't turn. So it's going to be a bit touch and go as to what we do there, because red waters the track and it brings the track back for those first few laps. So yeah, I mean, we're going to make a call and hopefully we'll make the right one and press on, I suppose.
Excellent, and we're still waiting for those points to come through to see whereabouts you're going to be starting for that final. But you've done a few 30 laps in your time, and you've done pretty well in the recent ones as well, so you must be pretty confident in your abilities for this feature final.
Yeah, hey, it's the thing that hasn't come into play yet is the traffic, and it will in this race, so that's going to be could be a deciding factor in the whole race, you know.
Excellent. Well, we've got Jamie Fox here once again, the 4-time New Zealand modified champion. You've got one more race tonight, the feature final of the championship. All the best, and we may see you on the podium yet.
Yeah, thanks. That'll be lovely. Thanks.
Thanks, Jamie.
Awesome. Alrighty. Looking out on the track now, we've got mini stocks. We're green, we're racing. Great timing there. So the car number 19, Aidan Tidd straight out into the front for the mini stocks. 69H having a spin off into the infield. See if he can get that fired up again. That's Reece Nielsen just parked up on the infield, but underway again. So coming down the back, looking down the back straight. Everyone's safe through there. Bit of a spin out down there, midway through back straight. But Reece Nielsen, 69H, being your race leader. Quite comfortable then. You're looking at Aidan Tidd, 19H in second place. Blake Lockett, 29 in third. We've got a car spun up down, looks like number 5. So that's Regan Lashimane parked up down on turn 4. Manages to get it fired up and get off the track, so that's great driving there for the number 5 of Regan. 2 laps down, Aidan Tidd, Reece Nielsen, Blake Lockett, Jamie Burley, Casey Wade in your top 5. And then say after the mini stocks, we're looking at going back into a Superstock one and then back into the repechage. So we'll run through that grid draw for that later on again as well. But as I say, old school decorators mini stocks. Heat 3 laps down. Aidan Tidd, number 19, is your race leader. Blake Lockett in 29H in second place. Jamie Burley in third and Casey Wade in fourth. Preston Wade in fifth. So family fair in the top 5. But there comes your race leader coming through turn 1 and 2 now. Followed fairly closely by Blake Lockett and then Jamie Burley a little way further back. So 5 laps down, 5 to go midway through this race. Bit of a spin out on turn 3 and back into the traffic. Hopefully can get that fire to move it out of the way, otherwise they will need to go yellow, but just give me a few moments, see if we can fire it up and move it out of the way. So just down there on turn 3 and 4, got the car moving again. Great to see. So that looks like it might have been the 25 of Jack Harrison, I think it was. Yes, it was, in fact. 25 Jack Harrison, just having a spin on 3 and 4. Dropped him back down to 14th position. But 6 laps down, 4 to go. Aidan Tidd still your race leader. 19H with Blake Lockett. No change in the top 5 actually. Blake Lockett, Chloe Burley, Jake Hancock and Casey Wade. So Aidan having a great drive, keeping it nice and tidy. Showing them how it's done. Another car spinning off into the infield, but keeping out of harm's way. That's the 69 of Reece Nielsen. So, big white flag this time out for Aidan as he comes around. But in the meantime, further down up, a little bit of contact into turn 2 down there, but underway. That's looks like it could be 84. Preston Wade was running in 7th place, but just touched the wall in there. Another spin out down on turn 4 with Reece Nielsen. Oh, and then a bit of a contact. Obviously, you didn't see them there, so we've gone red to stop the race now.
Red.
So just let's say a bit of a contact coming into turn 4.
Okay, race is completed.
Barry's still rapidly doing some more calculations for us, so we'll get an update from him when he's got news for us. But in the meantime, the mini stocks are moving around.
Yeah, that's
Looks like they might have called it actually because it was as they were on the last lap, because they've all been sent in now. So we'll call the race at 29 of Blake Lockett taking the race win. Aidan Tidd 19H in position 2. Chloe Burley 41H 3rd place. 4th place 98H Jake Hancock. Casey Wade 85H in position 5. Lulu Russell 291 position 6. 7th was Noah Britton, car number 46. 33 Jamie Burley in 8th. Preston Wade 84 in position 9, and Reece Fraser 35 rounding out the top 10. So say mini stocks just coming off now, and Red's back out there again with more water. Up next we've got Waikato Superstocks, and hopefully we might be able to get some more interviews from down in the pits shortly. But in the meantime, actually no, we've got Sam Lane down in the pit, so we'll jump over there now.
All right, I'm here with Sam Lane. She's just jumping into a car now. She's in the Repechage, starting from grid 2. Sam, you've had a mixed night tonight. How's it felt so far?
Yeah, it's been enjoyable, really enjoyable, which is, I'm just happy to be here, so.
And what are your plans for this Repechage? You're starting off grid 2, top 4 go through, so decent chance of getting the final.
Yep, just keep it consistent, keep it safe, you just need to be top 4, ideally top 3, just to, stay away from all the troublemakers, but we'll get there, we'll have fun.
And you and your family have had quite a lot of experience here at this Huntley Speedway. How awesome is it to see this event come to fruition on the home turf after all the work that you put into these sorts of things?
Oh, it's been amazing, it's been a couple of years in the running for the Huntley Speedway and myself as the rep, so it's good to finally see things happen, and the racing is so fast tonight. It's so much fun, it's so good.
It definitely is fast, and you're holding your own, which is awesome to see. All the best for this Repechage, we might see you in the final.
Cheers, thank you very much.
Cheers.
We are racing, we are off. Waikato Superstocks, Repechage, Waikato Stocks Heat 3. Tony Wooten straight out into it. 11 cars out there: Aaron Alderton, David Curtin, Robbie Maybe, Jeff Kite, Matt Jarvis, but we're doing it, so we'll see how they come around. Tony Wooten, bit of contact out of turn 4 onto the straight, but that doesn't stop him from taking first place on the first lap. Aaron Alderton 218 in 2nd place, and David Curtin 17H in 3rd. Those are your top 3. Jeff Kite in your 4th place. So a few cars just touching the wall through turn 3 and 4, but Tony Wooten quite comfortably out in front at the moment. Aaron Alderton on his tail, but no real pressure there. Jarvis, the 79, just circulating at the moment. Whether there's issues there, but keep an eye on him. But pointing into the field, we've got Tony Wooten flying down the front straight now. Matt Jarvis is going to be looking to be lapped very quickly. As Tony Wooten's coming down the back straight, we'll take him into turn 3 and 4.
And our points have suddenly started working too, Craig.
Look at that.
So at the moment, Tony Wooten, Damien Orr, first equal on 49 points each.
Alrighty, awesome. So Tony's going to want to stay where he is at the moment out the front. But Aaron Alderton, 218 in second place. Damien Orr's actually back and forth. He's just dropped down. Ans McNeil's just made the pass in 717 up into third. Luke Irvine sitting in fifth place. So a few cars just circulating slowly around the infield. Is there a bit of blocking coming into play, or is it issues with cars? Let's see.
Well, you'd think they'll be wanting to stop Damien Orr winning this thing, wouldn't you?
You would think they would do. So a bit of a contact down the front straight. Cars all over the place. 3 wide into turn 1 and 2.
I don't know how accurate the points are, because Damien Orr's just gone from 4th to 2nd in the race.
Yeah.
And they're still sitting there on 49 points each, so don't take any notice of anything I say.
We never do. No, just joking. So Tony Wooten, 71H up front in first place. Jeff Kite up into second place. Ans McDeal holding third. So cars all over the place at the moment. So we're 8 laps down, 4 to go. Just coming out of turn 4 now onto the front straight. There's your race leader, Tony Wooten. 9 down, 3 to go, coming wide around the lap traffic. Onto the back straight, absolutely flying down the back straight. Although in saying that, he hasn't got the fastest track. Logan Nicholson maybe at the moment has got the fastest lap for this race in at 17.2. But Tony's showing how it's done out the front. Jeff Kite, second place. Ans McNeil, 717 in third. The 17H of David Curtin sideways across down the front straight. White flag out, 1 to go for Tony Wooten. Got a car parked up down on turn 1. Just about to get pushed started again. Some nice flames coming out of exhaust, but the push start there got him going and got him underway. So that was again showing the spirit of it. We've got car number 79 parked up down on turn 4. But we have gone checkered flag, so Tony Wooten, 71H taking the race win. 79 of Matt Jarvis parked up down on turn 4 but finishes the race. Second place we're looking at Ans McNeil, 717. And Jeff Kite taking third place in the 93H. Fourth place, 4R of Luke Irvine. And then we're going to Aaron Alderton, 218H in fifth. Sixth place, the 5R of Logan Nicholson maybe. And then Thomas Van Amsterdam in 7th place in car number 86. 8th place is 81R of Damien Orr. David Curtin, 17H in position 9. And Matt Jarvis, 79H in 10th. And of course, Robbie maybe not finishing the race. But that's how it's going to be for the Heat 3 of the Waikato Superstocks. It was a fast intro into the race and just as fast a race. But a big round of applause for Tony Wooten as he comes around with the checkered flag, because that was definitely well earned in that one. Don't think I had a chance to stop talking on that one, but we're into it. Up next, we're looking at the Garage 16 Modified Repechage. Just run through the positions for the modified repechage. So on pole position you've got 63A of Crump, 199 of Sam Lane in position 2, position 3 36W of Free, 26F Blair Luscombe in position 4, position 5 is the 96H of Scotty Redfern, position 6 69H of Parsons, 46H of Turner in 7, position 8 is Carl Hinton 124S, position 9 is the 28V of Dystra, position 10 is Araperi. Alrighty, so this is looking like it. We've got to get them bunched up. The lines put across. Lights will be going out shortly.
Good to see Daniel Crump has made it out for the repechage, so he deserves to be one of the 4, that's for sure.
He does, and he's up on pole position. So as Barry was saying, the top 4 in this race go through. So it's all or nothing.
And he's only missed by 1 place for qualifying for the final after only finishing 3 races out of the 5.
That's awesome. We're racing, we're green. Straight into it. Garage16 New Zealand Modifieds, Repechage. First 4 across the line going into the 30 lapper. Who's it going to be? All clear through the first lap. Great to see Daniel Crump up front and personal at the moment. Position 1, Sam Lane 199H in second place. The 26S of Blair Luscombe in third and Jacob Free in fourth. But Daniel Crump definitely pulling away from the crowd. 2 laps down though, still 10 more to go. But looking good for Daniel Crump at this stage. Sam Lane, second place. At the moment the race is for third and fourth with Blair Luscombe and Scott Redfern. Diving up on the inside, having a look, but nothing there at the moment. Blair Luscombe having a look at the back bumper of Sam Lane, but also being aware that Scott Redfern is right on his tail. Daniel Crump 5 laps down, quite comfortably out in front. Sam Lane, Blair Luscombe, Scott Redfern. So far you're 4 going through.
Problems for Crump.
Crump slowing down now to turn 2. Big issues there. This is going to be not good for his chances. He's not coming off, but let's hope he can get that sorted.
Yeah, he is now.
He's coming off.
We're just waiting for a gap.
Waiting for safe traffic, so good driving there, but that's a real shame for Crump. Obviously something not quite right there, so he's retired to the infield, giving Sam Lane 199 the race lead at the moment. 7 laps down, 5 to go. Sam Lane, Blair Luscombe, Scott Redfern, Jacob Free now in the top 4 that are going to be going through. Nine down, 3 to go. Just needs to hold it steady. And Samantha Lane will be going through into the grand final, the 30 lapper. Coming round, 10 laps done, 2 to go. She's going to be looking at the white flag this time round. Sam Lane, Blair Luscombe, Scott Redfern and Jacob Free, 4 going through. Bit of a gap between 4th and 5th at the moment, so white flag out, 1 to go. Who's it going to be? No change in the order, so Sam Lane coming round looking at the checkered flag. She's taking the checkered flag, so Sam Lane 199H. First place, 26S, Blair Luscombe in second place, Scott Redfern 96H in third, and Jacob Free 36W in fourth. So they'll be the 4 at this stage going through. 5th place you're looking at Ryan Turner 46H, 69H at Brett Parsons in 6th place, Jordan Appareri in 7th place. 8th place is 28V, Ricky Dykstra, Evan Nicol 13C, position 9, and Daniel Crump unfortunately retiring onto the infield but coming in position 10, but obviously not finishing that one there. So the 4 going through, Lane, Luscombe, Redfern and Free at this stage.
So with 60 laps in the heats, another 12 there is 72.
Yep.
They've got 30 laps to go, so for the 4 that go through the repechage, if they complete the 30 laps, they'll have driven 102 laps
102
tonight.
laps.
Under green. Oh my goodness.
That's a marathon effort, to be fair. everybody. We are green, we are racing. Drag race off the start finish line for Vaughan Glidden and Brent Hackett. Looks like we may we'll be going down to the pits. We've actually got an interview with Newton Gorge down there, so it's worthwhile jumping down there, Newton.
I have got Murray Gorge here, modified royalty, 6-time New Zealand champ. Several of these cars you built yourself. We're in front of your brother Newton Gorge here, who's starting off 5th on the grid. You must be proud of your brother tonight.
Yeah, for an off-road he's going pretty good, isn't he?
Also, you must be pretty proud of yourself seeing some of your cars out there doing extremely well. What's it like sitting in the stands watching your history, your legacy still going extremely well and probably for a long time yet?
Yeah, it's pretty neat really when you sort of look back. All the guys have gone over the years, and at the moment Jacko's going pretty good, Newt's going pretty good. Carl had a bit of bad luck tonight, but hey, that's racing, isn't it?
That's the one, and I understand you're not building cars at the moment, but who does officially have the last modified that you built?
Be Carl Hinton. Yeah.
Beauty, and it's a lovely car too. I know anyone that knows anything about cars is pretty happy with that car, and Carl must be enjoying it.
Yeah, he loves it. He just said wait till the New Zealand champs come to Stratford.
Yeah, no, that would be good. It would be awesome down there at his local track. And what will Newton be feeling at this moment? Because it's a 30-lapper coming up. He's not the youngest guy, but he's got a lot of experience, and he's starting off 5th. Can you tell us a bit about what goes through someone's head and in your brother's head at this moment?
Oh, we all want to win, and he's never had that one in his head, and he wants it pretty bad. But like I've explained to him, a lot of youths out there now, and it is hard work, But he'll be doing his bit and trying hard to. He's always said, I've got to get 1 to catch up to you.
Yeah, no, I don't think he'll be able to catch up. I don't think he'll get 6 titles, will he?
Oh, it might be a bit late in life now.
No, all good. Absolute pleasure talking to you. Thanks so much for taking the time to have a chat. As I said, Murray Gorge, 6-time New Zealand champion and modified royalty, going to go down in the history books as one of the greatest of all times. Does that have a nice ring to it? Greatest of all time?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Don't forget Roger Burchin though, he's pretty good too.
No, he's also won 6 titles. We definitely wouldn't leave him out. So you and him on the top as the GOATs. Jamie Foxx close behind though on 4 titles. What's your thoughts of his performance tonight?
Yeah, Foxy's been going good. Hey, he still can do it. He's still got a bit of life in him yet. He's not too old yet.
No, definitely. He's got all that experience, and those young guys have someone to watch out for. But absolute pleasure having a chat to you, Murray, and hopefully Newton does well in this final.
Good one. Thanks very much.
Cheers, mate.
Awesome, thanks for that. Absolute legend there, Muzzer Gorge. Remember him from my youth all the way through, so I've been following him quite a lot. But we're back into it. The production saloons, we're 8 laps down, 12 to go. 4.34 of Brent Hackett up on the podium at the moment. He's first place. Vaughan Glidden 6H in second place. Dave Pinkleton 40H in third. So that's where we're looking, but at the moment we just need to get a visual on where they all are. So I say 9 laps down, 11 to go. 20 laps for these guys is a big ask, a big race. So Brent Hackett just coming around into turn 1 and 2 now. Vaughan Glidden in the number 6, right on his tail down the back straight. Lap traffic now coming into effect, so they're going wide around the outside. Probably a bit of an advantage there with the front wheel drive cars can pull around where the rear wheel ones might look at drifting, but in saying that, Vaughan Glidden dropping back a little bit. Brent Hackett 4.34, showing us how it's done. Coming around this time, we're going to be 12 down, 8 to go. We've got Hackett, Glidden, Sherman, Pinkleton and Levin in your top 5. Some good racing further on down the field with the likes of Mike Lovell in the 10V. He's sitting back in position 9, but he's got the lead cars around him at the moment, so they need to get past him. Brent has, but Vaughan hasn't managed to do that yet, so it's going to help Brent for a bit. If Mike can hold them up, but now Vaughan Glidden on the inside of Mike making the pass. Side panel, but he gets past, makes it stick into turn 1 and 2. After this lap, we're going to be 3/4 of the way through the race. 15 down, 5 to go. No change in the top 5 cars. So we're still looking at Hackett, Glidden, Sherman, Levin and Pickleton. Dan Weston, 444R in 6th place. Craig Martin in 7th. Looks like the 68 of Brian Jackson coming off into the infield. That could be his race done. And possibly the 9.8, Charlotte Martin. Yeah, those brakes are glowing red hot on the inside of that little Subi. The 15R of Chris Marks. That's going to be interesting to keep an eye on that. You can see the brake pad starting to disintegrate in there, so I'd say that my guess is they're locked on. Price of marshmallows has just gone through the roof. But 18 laps down, 2 to go. We're going to be looking at the white flag this time round. Just have to see if Chris Marks can make it through with that front disc. But pointy end of the track, we've got the white flag out now, 1 to go. Brett Hackett and Vaughan Glidden. Is there going to be any change in this last half a lap? I don't think so. It looks like it's going to be Brent's for the taking. But one last effort for Vaughan going around the outside. Not going to make it. Checkered flag done and dusted for Brent Hackett. 434V taking out the first place in the Phoenix Metal Man Recyclers Daytona 380. Second place 6H of Vaughan Glidden. Third place the 27H of Dylan Sherman. Fourth place 25H of Mark Levin. Dave Pickleton 48H in fifth place. Dan Weston in the 444R in sixth position. Seventh is Craig Martin 39H. 33H of Tyler Wright in position 8. 10V of Mike Lovell in number 9, and the top 10, Brooke Courtney 91R rounding out the top 10. And of course we're going Graham Dodd, Miskell, Courtney, Heyman, Marks and Jackson, and of course Charlotte Martin not finishing through, but Chris Marks in the 15 in the little Subaru with the brakes looking still very hot. Keep an eye on that car. You want to circle around a bit and try and cool them down before he heads back into the pits, but that's how it's going to be for the Daytona 380 production saloons. Up next we're going to be bringing out the Oval Superstars Tour of Mini Sprints for their final 20 lapper. And then we're into the Garage 16 New Zealand Modified Champs final 30 lapper. And then after that, Old School Decorators Mini Stocks.
Yeah, I'm here with 22C Hayden Corbett, all the way up from Christchurch. Mate, you're starting off 12th for this feature final. It's pretty damn awesome that you qualified. How are you feeling about your night so far and the race ahead?
Yeah, no, pretty stoked with how we've finished each race. We've sort of made places in each race, which we're really happy with. It's a pretty trying, slick track. So, yeah, no, stoked to get up 12th out of 30-odd cars, and we're sort of beside 3NZ, which we're the top qualifiers for Christchurch, so hey, it's not a bad thing, is it?
That's right, you're representing Woodford Glen and all Cantabrians here. A long way to come as well, so great to see that you've made a decent effort to get nice and high up there, but as you said, you're pretty high on life at the moment, or you're a bit nervous about the 30 laps ahead of you, because that's 30 laps, mate. I don't know if you've heard it, 30 laps, but you've done plenty of these before.
Mate, by the time we finish this 30 lapper, it's going to be 90 for the night, so it doesn't matter. No, we love the big races. The car usually comes on after about 10, 12 laps, and we usually finish strong, so that's what we focus on, wait for the rest of them to drop off and the nutrition rate to go up, and we'll slip through.
Sounds good, mate, and you've made a few trips up north. It's awesome to see you up here. Do you enjoy racing up north? I won't ask you what you think the difference is between North Islanders and South Islanders again, because we know your answer. It's not very nice, but great to see you up north again.
Yeah, no, I love it racing up here with everyone else as well. I mean, it's just good to race with all these different cars. It's, just different dynamics. So yeah, no, it's awesome.
Awesome, mate. We'll let you get your race head on, because you're about to go out after another race. You're about to go out for the New Zealand Modified Championship Final. So all the best, Hayden. Thanks very much.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
We are racing, we're green. The 57 of Ben Vaughan straight out into the lead. Light's still green, so everyone happy with the start. We're underway. All clean through 1 and 2. Ben Vaughan making a gap already. 20 laps though, big race for the mini sprints. Ben Vaughan, NZ, 1 NZ, Elliot Heron in second place. 3 NZ, Dylan Smith in third. Brad McDonald, 99V in fourth. 2 NZ in fifth. So 1, 2 and 3 NZ in your top 5. Gap starting to form now for the top 3 cars. But keep an eye on 2 NZ making his way through. He's up into fourth place now. He's made the pass on Brad McDonald. Oh, contact out of turn 4 down the back straight. Almost could have turned nasty, but it didn't. He's managed to control it.
You're not allowed to do that, though.
That's not allowed to be done, no. So that was the 3 NZ that might get pinged for that.
Just cut out half a lap.
Yeah, why not? No one's going to see. So 5 laps down, 15 to go, quarter of the way through it. Ben Vaughan, 57p is your race leader. 1 NZ, Elliot Heron in second place. 2 NZ, Daniel Nicol in third. Brett McDonald, 99V in fourth. And 3 NZ in fifth place. Ben Vaughan, the car to beat at the moment. He's just running on rails, showing everyone how it's done in that McDonald-sponsored car. Absolutely screaming down the back straight. 7 down, 13 to go. Running a 14.5 in that lap for Ben Vaughan. So still a second off lap record, so that must have been a fast one at 13.5, but as I say, 9 laps down, almost midway through the race. Ben Vaughan, 57p is your race leader, coming now to take the end of the 10th lap, midway through the race. 10 down, 10 to go. No change for the top 3. In fact, no change for the top 5. Vaughan, Heron, Nicol, Smith and McDonald. Everyone's trying to catch Ben Vaughan. 10 less of Jonathan Noonan back in 6th place. Running a nice tight ride. 8p of Nathan Jeffries coming a little bit wide out of turn 4. But action aplenty. So Ben, as I say, still no change out of the top 5. Actually backed off a little bit, doing 15.1 now, but 13 laps down, 7 to go. Just starting to glow red hot in some of the cars. Especially the likes of car number 8 just coming past the start finish line now. There's sparks flying off his disc. So it's the car 8 of Nathan Jeffries. Obviously got his foot touching his brake, so that's not going to be helping him. It's 14 laps down, 6 to go. Ben Vaughan absolutely running on rails in this race. Ben coming down now, coming up onto the back of Donald Kerrigan at the moment in the 38S. 16 laps, 4 to go. Ben Vaughan, Elliot Heron, 1 NZ, 2 NZ, Daniel Nicol, 3 NZ, Dylan Smith, and then Brett McDonald, 99V in your top 5. So we've got 1, 2 and 3 in order, but they're sitting in 2nd, 3rd and 4th. At the moment it's Ben Vaughan, 57p, showing them how it's done. Got a car spun out down on turn through 3 and 4, so that's going to bring the yellow light out. Just had a little tap by a car as it was going past, but obviously can't get it fired up to get out of harm's way, so they'll go yellow and bring him into the infield. Although they were saying they're going through a lot of tyres, so that could be an issue too. Maybe, hasn't got the tyres to do it, but we're going to be under green again shortly. We're racing back into it for a 3-lap sprint. Ben Vaughan's your car to watch, but he's got 1, 2 and 3 NZ right on his tail. But look at that, straight away there's just a massive gap. He's just pulling away from everyone. So the race at the moment is for 2nd, 3rd and 4th with 1, 2 and 3 NZ. Glenn McCutcheon, 81p, back in 5th place. White flag down, 1 to go. It's going to be Ben Vaughan from Go to Woe, I think, in this race. Coming around out of turn 4, looking at the checkered flag. Coming down to take it, the Ground Care Waikato Mini Sprints Oval Superstars Tour. First place, 57p, Ben Vaughan. Second place, 1NZ, Elliot Heron. Third place, 2NZ, Daniel Nicol. Fourth place, 3NZ, Dylan Smith. Glenn McCutcheon, 81p in 5th. 99V, Brad McDonald in 6th place. 7th place, 8p of Nathan Jeffries. Jonathan Noonan, 10S in 8. Matt Julian, 7S in 9th. And Shane Gribben in 8V, rounding out the top 10. Gemma Barnes in 92V in 11th place. And Donald Currigan, 38S in 12th.
Be interesting to see what they do with the 3NZ of Dylan Smith there. So
yeah,
I was sort of waiting for him to click him out of the results halfway through, but he's still there at the end. But yeah, you can't come off the back straight and rejoin on the front straight and retain your place.
No, you can't.
So we have Scott Lane here. Now, for all those who don't know who Scott Lane is, come on, guys, you got to, yeah. Here's the father of Brad Lane and Sam Lane, both of whom are in this modified final tonight. You've been a former 2NZ yourself, so a lot of heritage in your family. Can you tell me what you're feeling at this moment?
Well, like I say, I don't really get excited until after the checkered flag, because whatever happens, happens, and you can't control what happens. So, yeah, no, little, just waiting 30 laps time and they both drive off. That's the main thing. Yeah.
And you've got to be quite proud so far. I mean, at this point of the night, having both your children in the final, Brad's done great and Sam's done great as well. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, no, good. Sam won her first race tonight, so, it was really good. We couldn't give her a bucket of water because she got to go out again. So, it's good. And Brad, I think, is in the zone, so just no damage and we're all good, hopefully.
Awesome. Now, I've purposely avoided Brad because I don't want to ruin his zen, but I've decided to annoy you instead. But, mate, do you ever get a bit itchy watching those mods? You want to get back out there?
No, not really. I mean, I thought I would, but I think I've got to a stage now with Brad. I probably, I'm good with Brad and just watching Brad, so no, I'm all good now.
Sweet, mate. And can you tell us a bit about the strategy, or does Brad and Sam not really let you know?
Oh, no, well, Brad does his own thing, Brad does, and then we just let him weave his magic and away he goes. So Sam, well, we just try and cool it down and just keep it smooth and hold a tidy line and just go from there. So it seems to be working.
Yeah, because I understand with Sam, you said you've tried to make it go slower so that she can go faster. Can you tell me what that means?
Well, because she's firing it in like Brad does, and like you can't do that when you first start. So I told her just go slow. Just ease it off, go through and just ease it back on here. It's all throttle control. Keep it smooth, keep it straight. And then, it's a good. And like tonight I told her you can probably just go a little bit faster. And so, she's starting to get it now. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, it definitely looks like all that stuff's paying off. I won't hold you up any longer because we're about to have one of the biggest races of your family's life. So all the best for that 30-lap New Zealand modified feature final.
Yeah, 30 laps. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, Scotty.
Have you got the grid there, Barry?
Oh, yes, I have.
I know here it's coming up on the screen now, so I can do it here. Brad Lane, 119 on pole position. Jamie Fox, 11A in second place. Third position, 17W of England. Fourth position, 1NZ, Luke Brown. Fifth position, Newton Gorge, 21S. Sixth is the 54 GM of Thompson. John Jackson, 71S in position 7. Eighth is 78S of Blumen. Jason Kalin, 12S in position 9. 10th is 2NZ of McPhee, and 11 is 3NZ of Mitchell. 12th is the 22C of Corbett in position 12. Position 13 is Cody Harder, 68H. Position 14, of course, is a 4C of Gourley. And Craig Pottinger, 26E, sitting in position 15. 16 is 18A of PJ Ferguson. 17 is the 199 of Sam Lane. 18 is the 26S of Blair Linscombe. 36W of Free in 19. And 20th position is the 46H of Turner. So that's how they're going to be starting the big race. This is it. We have got the mini stocks out after this. so don't run away straight after this. And also we'll be doing prize giving, but here they come. The Garage16 New Zealand Modified Champs, the final. The big race, the 30 lapper.
Now the prize givings for all the championships tonight, everything's going to be in the club rooms, I believe.
Yep.
So they won't be doing anything on the infield tonight like we have been in the last couple of weeks.
Here they come. I guess this is where they've done all the preparation. They've done everything they can. They've got full tanks of gas.
They have the crews, everybody. They've done absolutely everything they can now, and if they haven't got the setup right, they don't get another chance, do they? So
all the crew can do now is come up and watch the racing. Cars still coming out onto the track. Looking forward to it. Just looking out the back windows, cars still coming through the dummy grid.
I mean, all the heat races have had 10 cars, or in some cases a couple less, with a couple missing early.
Yep.
The Repechage had 11. We've now got 20.
20
So
20 modifieds on the track at once.
Yep. And as Foxy said, lap traffic hasn't been a problem all weekend, all night, you know, with the smaller fields.
Yep.
You get this 20 out here, and there certainly is a bit of difference between the talent of the top few and the talent of the pace of some of those at the back of the top 20. They're all fast, but yeah, the field is going to spread out, and lap traffic will play a part. And
exactly.
Hopefully it doesn't decide the result, but you don't have to be fast now. You have to be fast, and you have to be able to pass in traffic now, because they will be lapping slower cars.
Yep, they're going to be there, and you've got to finish first. So, as they say, was it to finish first? First you have to finish, and that's what they need to fight through. And we will be racing this time round.
Lights are out, front row.
Let's hope it's a good start, and everyone's happy with the start. They're going to start bunching up.
I'll just position myself to look out the side window here, I think. For the first lap, because
I think so, because here we come. We're coming around. We are green. We are racing. Garage16 New Zealand Modifieds 30 lap final. Pretty much all clean through 1 and 2.
Yeah, they've made it. Boy, the track looks full, doesn't it?
It does. We've got a few cars slowing down in 3 and 4, but back into it. Brad Lane 119 out in front. Jamie Fox 11A in second place. 17W of Jonas England in third. So a long way to go, but that's the top 3 for your first lap. That's where Brad wants to be, and that's where he wants to stay. But there's a long way to go yet. A lot of things going to happen. Newton Gorge going wide out of turn 2, being pushed out. Managed to come in nice and tight and duck in underneath. The 2NZ of Brett McPhee is what sent him out wide, but he's got back into it. He's got 1NZ right behind him.
Jacob Mitchell on that outside line, hooking up.
3NZ hitting the wall,
He's
coming out
hit the
turn 4.
I said he was out wide and hooking up, but he got a bit too wide coming off turn 4.
Yeah, that's not how you want to hook up, that's for sure.
Oh dear, 4 laps in, Jacob Mitchell into the wall in the 3NZ.
Here he comes on the replay on the live streaming. So yep, just too hard out of turn 4.
Just a little bit too wide. He got to the outside line. I mean, he knew he had to do that.
Yep, exactly.
And you've got to do it while the track's still got some drive in it, but just got out a bit too wide.
That front wheel doesn't look too healthy from that angle that you can see on the Pits TV replay. So that's going to be his race done. 3NZ, Jacob Mitchell.
26 ahead of 22. Yep.
He'll be taking the 3NZ off that. And Shaw Blumen right on his tail. We're into it. We're green. We're racing. Brad Lane hard on the gas, pulling away from Jamie Fox in the 11A. Jonas England having a look up the inside of Jamie Fox, but can't quite make it on this time round. Looking back further through the field, still going too wide through 1 and 2. Newton Gorge and John Jackson having a battle together. John Jackson also got the pressure of 4C of Gourley on him as well. A little bit of contact between Gourley and Jackson. Coming up to Newton Gorge, further down in the track in for set of the 8th and 9th. But 7 laps down, we're looking at Brad Lane, Jamie Foxx, Jonas England, first, second and third up the front. Brad Lane showing how it's done at the moment. 8 laps down, 22 to go. Running midway through the track. Going out wide down the back straight. Dust starting to form now. We've got a car spun out on turn 1.
Go yellow, go high in 1, go high in 1, go
Is he going to get
high
it
in
fired?
1.
No, we've gone yellow again. Obviously couldn't get that fired up to get out of the way.
All other cars
Then we get into the
must
1NZ
stay
and the
single
2NZ.
file. Do not brake file until it is
So
green.
We got Cody Harter retired to the infield. Actually, during the first caution, I saw he parked up on there.
Yep.
So he's had to retire, unfortunately.
Back into it, back racing with green again. We've got 4 cars parked up on the inside, but the others going hard.
Now Blowman goes a bit wide there. Luke Brown put the pressure on the inside, and Blowman went back a couple of places.
Yeah, he's lost a couple on there, so that's not going to help his cause at all. But Brad Lane just on fire, but we've got more
Here
contact.
comes Luke Brown.
More contact into turn 1 and 2. We're going to go yellow again.
Oh, there is 2. He's going to lose some of those again then.
Yep, he's going to lose that because that contact was quite hard between the 2 cars then, and then of course Jason Kalin out on the wall just had nowhere to go, so spun it round. Hopefully he'll be able to. I think he avoided actually all contact, so hopefully he'll be able to get it fired up and underway again. But as I say, not even a third of the way through the race yet.
Yeah, so Jacko's gone back a little bit. I'm just trying to remember where he started now, 7th.
Yeah, he's dropped back to 9th, so.
And then the 54 was ahead of him on the grid, so that should have put him up to 6th straight away. So
true, yeah, exactly. Still, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, so
yep.
See what happens. Newton Gorge is parked up down here by the pit exit gate. Whether that's a problem there or if he's just parked up to have a breather.
Might be saving fuel, like you say, yeah, having a breather. Looks like it's going to take them a little while to clean up what's happened down in turn 2. I thought he was going to drop behind a couple more than that as well, but they're not on the track anymore. So
he can't, exactly.
He was just starting to get fired up too, Luke Brown. So
Lights are out, lights are out. Front car maintain their pace all the way
So,
around.
as I say, we've got 21 laps to go, so there's still plenty of time for him to do it.
We had one did not start, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 DNFs so far sitting on the infield. So we're down to 14 out of 20.
We're back into it, we're racing, we're green.
And Gorgeous pulled to the infield.
Gorgeous pulled to the infield, so take no further part in the race. So obviously he's got issues with his car after the cause.
He might just be grumpy.
Or he could be grumpy. But finally, a third of the way through the race, 10 laps down, 20 to go. Brad Lane pulling away in front again. Jamie Foxx doing everything he can to catch him, but he's got Jonas England right on his tail as well. And then you've got the 1NZ of Luke Brown. And then you've got Shrek coming up behind as well. Brad Lane starting to run real wide out of 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 to be fair. He's taking the wide lane again.
Got the 22C of Hayden Corbett just retired to the infield as well.
Another car out, yep. Luke Brown trying to dive down on the inside, putting the pressure on Jonas England now. Can he make it down the back straight? He's going to make the pass, and can he make it stick?
Foxy's starting to put pressure on Brad Lane as well.
Definitely is. They're all starting to catch up. 1NZ of Luke Brown and Jonas England. Big battle going on for 3rd and 4th at the moment between those two. Jamie Foxx causing a bit of grief for both of them as well, trying to sit where they're going to make, but Luke Brown's made the pass on Jonas. Jonas going to try and take it around the outside through turn 1 and 2. Meanwhile, Luke Brown's now looking down the inside of Jamie Foxx, pushing him wide and going to dive on the inside. He takes up to second place. Jonas Brown goes through into third. Jamie Foxx dropping back to fourth.
Boy, that all changed quick.
That did change. I can't even keep up with my voice. Brad Lane, though, still high and dry up in first place. 17 laps down, 13 to go.
John Jackson suddenly finds himself in fifth place, so he's coming on strong in the latter half of the race too. Jason Callan in sixth place behind him. Blair Lunscombe in seventh place. So 3 Stratford cars in a row. But we're looking at Brad Lane, Luke Brown, 1NZ in second place, Jonas England in third place, Jamie Foxx in fourth, and John Jackson in fifth. Jason Callan just slowing down a little bit out of turn 2, but underway again, so on the chase for Jason to catch up to Jacko. Coming round for lap 20, 2/3 of the way through the race, 10 laps to go. Brad Lane still running the wide line. Luke Brown second place, Jonas England in third, Jamie Foxx in fourth, John Jackson in the fifth. Jonas making a pass on 1NZ. Can't quite make it sick that time through. Jonas and Luke having another battle for second place. Yeah, Foxy's starting to struggle a bit now, isn't he? He's dropped well off those top 3.
He's dropped well back. Brad Lane just on rails at the moment. Yeah, you know, you're right about Jamie Foxx. He's dropping back, but looking at the 3 up the front, 23 laps gone after this one, 7 to go. Local Huntley boy, 1198 Brad Lane. 1NZ Luke Brown, 17W of Jonas England, your top 3.
Yes, Luke Brown putting the challenge on.
He is. And you've got lap traffic starting to cause an issue as well, so that's going to be a problem for both of them. But Brad Lane's going to have to watch where he's going and also watch what's coming up behind him, so it's going to start becoming a real handful. 5 laps to go. 25 done, 5 to go. Can he hold on?
I wish it was another 25 laps.
So do I. Luke Brown doing everything he can, looking up the inside. Brad Lane looking up the inside of the lap traffic. Cars everywhere at the moment. Racing's fast and tidy. Brad Lane looking down the inside of the past the lap car, but 1NZ making a punt on Brad Lane. Couldn't quite make it, had to back out in a real hurry. Brad Lane on the inside of the lap traffic, coming up on the inside, 27 down, 3 to go. 1NZ actually dropping back a little bit due to the lap traffic. 28 laps done, 2 to go. We're going to be looking at the white flag next time round. Local Huntley boy Brad Lane. Luke Brown, 1NZ, second place. 17W of Jonas England in third place. White flag out, 1 to go. Can he do it? Brad Lane, 119. Down the back straight, 1NZ of Luke Brown right on his tail. Making a dive on the inside.
Oh!
He's made the pass, but can he go up and underneath? Contact in the drag race down the end, but it's going to actually go to Luke Brown.
Wow!
What a pass. I think there's going to be more to come of that, but for now, Luke Brown, 1NZ, has taken the race win on the last corner from Brad Lane, 119 in second place. Jonas England in third. Jamie Foxx, 11A in fourth place. But I think we might be hearing some words about that later on, but as it stands, we're looking at 1NZ holding his title. Luke Brown making the pass in the last corner. 1198 Brad Lane leading the whole way through to take second place. 17W of Jonas England in third. Jamie Foxx, 11A in fourth. Jason Callan, 12S in fifth. Blair McPhee, 2NZ in sixth place. Blair Lunscombe, 26S in seventh. 71S John Jackson in eighth. 18A of PJ Ferguson in ninth, and Ryan Turner, 46H, running at your top 10.
Who only got in the field when Scotty Redfern pulled out. Started from grid 20 and he's finished 10.
In 10th, exactly. Position 11th, you're looking at Craig Pottinger, 26E, Jacob Free in 12th. 13th is Hayden Corbett, 22C, 78S, Sean Blumen in 14th.
Well, the rest of them don't count.
Don't count, but...
because from Hayden Corbett down, they're all parked on the infield.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting too carried away on that. I should look on that screen. But, yeah.
Wow.
Luke Brown, what a pass on the inside. And, yeah, takes the win on the last corner, so... See how that goes, but as I say, Luke Brown, Brad Lane and Jonas England, 1, 2 and 3 in that order.
Well, there's certainly a lot of talk about Jonas England going well at this meeting, and yeah, 3 and Z, he'll be wrapped with that.
Definitely will be, got to be happy there. The other two, we'll wait and see.
Well, Brad Lane was very, very crossed up, and there was a gap there, but then there was contact made twice after that. Oh, I wouldn't like to be the referee on this one.
No.
There's certainly some good camera angles of that anyway.
Exactly. Just looking at the replays now, it's there's definitely a lot of action to look at. We have still got another race after this. The Old School Decorated Mini Stocks are up next, but we'll just have to sort these cars out and give Luke's got the checkered flag to do his victory lap at the moment, so round of applause as he comes through. That popped up on the screen saying there was some final points for the Superstocks. Oh, okay.
So they must have been giving 26 points to win, even though there was only 12 or 13 cars there. But Tony Wooten, 71H, the winner, 75 points. 93H, Jeff Kite was 69, and 81R, Damien Orr was 68. Would have been your first 3 home in the Waikato Superstock Championship.
Nice.
So it's arrived sooner rather than later, but yeah, Tony Wooten, there was some good blocking by some of the other Huntley cars there, getting Damien Orr down to the minor placings.
Yeah.
So yeah, good win to Tony Wooten in the Waikato Championship.
Exactly. Alrighty, but final race of the night, the Old School Decorators Mini Stocks Extra, 8 laps, handicap start. Jade Van Vroomhoven, 24H, holding first place at the moment. The 291 of Lulu Russell in second place. Logan Baker, 44H in third. CJ Attenborough in fourth. Cole Payne in fifth. And then we've got the others catching up on them. 3 laps down, 5 to go. Neck and neck over the start finish line for Jade and Lulu. Putting the pressure on each other. Lulu being the victor of it and getting in front of Jade. Four laps down, Lulu Russell, Jade Van Vroomhoven, Logan Baker, Aiden Tidd, Cole Payne, Jack Hancock, Preston Wade, Casey Wade, Blake Lockett and Reece Nielsen in your top 10.
And this is race 35.
This is race 35, yep, that's it.
Whoa.
These kids should be home in bed by now.
So should I.
Exactly. Jeepers. I'm heading off down to New Plymouth at 6 o'clock in the morning, but we've got contact down in turn 1 and 2, so that could bring a red light to stop the guys so they can go and get their car out of the way. In a very precarious position right in the middle of the turn. And look, gets it fired up, spins it round. Lights are out. We are green, we're back into racing. Lulu Russell, thing 2. Over the start-finish line, 6 laps down, 2 to go. She's going to get the white flag next time round. Aiden Tidd, car number 19 in second place. Coming around for the white flag, 1 to go. Lulu Russell, 291, coming down the back straight. Can she hold it together to take the race win? Running a bit wide. And takes the win. Lulu Russell, 291. Race winner of that one, 19H of Aiden Tidd, right on her tail. But second place, Jade Van Vroomhoven, 24H in third place. Casey Wade, 85 in fourth. Preston Wade, 84 in fifth. Noah Britton in car number 46 in sixth place. Seventh place is Jake Hancock in 98H. Cole Payne, 75 in eighth. Reese Nielsen, 69 in ninth. CJ Edinburgh, 10th in car number 43. And of course, Blake Lockett and Logan Barker not finishing the race. So that's how it's going to wrap up for the end of the night. As I say, if you are staying behind and want to come into the club rooms for prize giving, feel free to come down there. Otherwise, drive safe, and thanks for being here. And I would say look forward to seeing you back in the next meet, but this is my last one, Barry. So thanks for sharing that with me and being down here, mate. I appreciate that.
Yeah, well,
it's been awesome.
May turn out to be my last one as well, of course. So
I'm sure they'll get you back.
It's certainly my last one for a while.
For a while, yeah, exactly. But the last 3 meets, mate, has been great with you guys all up here.
Yeah, I've had an absolute ball, and if I finish on this note, I'll be pretty happy, really.
Exactly. Yep.
If we could have done without all the rain that's interfered with all these meetings, but I've got a whole heap of chemo to go through before I sort of know what might happen next. But being able to be a part of the New Zealand stock car teams, New Zealand Superstocks, and such an unbelievable end to this New Zealand modified title.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good way to finish, and
it's been awesome.
Feature final that was from the Garage16 New Zealand Modified Championship. That last corner of that race, wow, I just don't know what to say. Between Brad and Luke, epic race with Jonas coming in third, Brad Lane in second place, and Luke Brown in first place. So those are provisional results. Stay tuned to see, or don't stay tuned, because this is the end of our live broadcast via the Pits TV. But make sure you're all over the Pits Facebook page and the Garage16 Facebook page. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much to Huntly International Speedway for a long but incredible night of modified action. Massive thank you to everyone that came, all the drivers, all the crews, all the fans. It's been a spectacular evening. Another night of modified greatness as this class continues to grow and show just how amazing it is. There's nothing left to say, but huge congratulations to our winners. Sorry to the losers, but you're all winners as well. Thanks very much for tuning in, and good night.
Motherfucker.